Apart from their long and storied rivalry with Florida A&M, the Southwestern Athletic Conference team that the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats have the most history with on the gridiron is the Alabama State Hornets. BCU and ASU have shared the field 18 times, with their first matchup coming all the way back in 1948, a 34-0 Wildcats victory. The two teams would not play again until 21 years later, when the Hornets evened the series with a 30-27 scoreline in 1970. Overall, Bethune-Cookman has a 12-6 all-time advantage in the series, including two 5-game win streaks from 1971 to 1975 and 1983 to 2012. However, since the Wildcats joined the SWAC in 2021, Bama State has won both contests, 38-24 in Montgomery and 37-22 last year in Daytona Beach. Today, coming off a bye week, BCU tries to right the ship after falling in their conference opener to Jackson State. The goal, as always, is to go 1-0 this week, pick up their first SWAC win under head coach Raymond Woody, spoil homecoming, and come home from Alabama with a banjo on their knee. Live from the new Alabama State Stadium just outside of downtown Montgomery, Alabama, this afternoon's presentation of Bethune-Cookman University Athletics on the CatEye Network is on the air. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Cirillo. Happy to have your company. You will also hear from analyst Daryl Natil throughout the afternoon. As I mentioned in the cold open, the Wildcats were off last week, recovering and refocusing after falling in their conference opener 22-16 against Jackson State. The Maroon and Gold led at the half 8-6 after a Juvensley Bazul touchdown run. However, a trio of costly turnovers, an interception in field goal range at the end of the first half, a fumble recovered by the Tigers for a touchdown, and a turnover on downs while trying to drive to take the lead in the fourth quarter ultimately sent the Wildcats down to defeat. I spoke to head coach Raymond Woody Jr. before today's game to recap the game versus Jackson State, look ahead to the contest against the Hornets, and discuss the brand new John L. Bryan Sr. practice field and what it means for the program moving forward. I'm here with Coach Raymond Woody before the Wildcats travel to take on the Hornets of Alabama State, second conference game of the season. Coach, before we get started with any other questions, we're standing here on this beautiful brand new practice field, opened just this week. Brand new turf, colorful maroon and gold logos everywhere, like on campus, which is a big bonus. How has this field kind of come together, and what's the future of this field looking like for you?
Well, I tell you what, this is a blessing, just to be able to, have the guys practice, on campus. I mean, it's just great. I mean, people say, yeah, it's going to be a big-time recruiting tool, but I just think, for our players we have now, it helps them time management. They have more time to do certain things, with academics, which is, number one, and then obviously rest and don't have to rush. But, at the end of the day, I mean, it's a great opportunity, for not just us, but for the other sports, to be able to utilize this field as well.
Coming off a bye week after Jackson State game 2 weeks ago, so it's been a while since we've been out here. How does the bye week help you guys kind of reset and refocus for the rest of conference play?
Well, when going into bye week, you always want to self-scout, offense, defense, special teams, just kind of see what you've been doing well and what you need work on. So, during the bye week, we did a lot of self-scouting and kind of looking at the details of some of the things that we can improve on.
Looking back real quickly on the Jackson State game, a game that surprised a lot of people from the outside watching, as to how close it was and kind of came down to the wire at the end. And what did you see in that game that tell you how your team is looking going forward?
Well, we always talk about discipline. We're always talking about mastering the 5 A's. And at the end of the day, with the alignment, assignment, adjustment, and alert, the last one is attack. And certain things that you have to do in that phase is having the proper angles, proper techniques. And that's something that we got to continuously work on, technique and fundamentals.
Looking ahead to this week against Alabama State, they've got statistically one of the best offenses in the SWAC. They put up a ton of yards on the ground. What have you been doing this week to try and combat that?
Well, the big thing is just pretty much doing your job. We have to make sure that we do our job. We can't worry about nothing else but doing our job. If we do our job, we'll be fine.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
The main story of Bethune-Cookman offense this season has been the myriad of injuries they have had to contend with, especially at the quarterback position. 4 different players have taken snaps under center in the first 4 games: Walter Simmons, Luke Sprague, Tyleek Bethea, and Dominic Ponder. with Simmons having the most playing time and starting 3 of the 4 contests. Unfortunately, leading rusher Juvensley Bazul added his name to the list of walking wounded when he went down in the second half against Jackson State, and the Wildcats will miss his 118 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground today, as Bazul did not participate in walkthroughs or full practices this week. It will be up to Jimmy Robinson to lead the maroon and gold running backs. The senior has 66 yards on the ground this season. Walter Simmons will also participate in the ground game with 24 carries and 1 touchdown on the year. Through the air, Simmons has 291 yards and found the end zone for the first time this season against Jackson State, hitting Dakari Allen Johnson in stride in the fourth quarter. D.A.J. is the Wildcats' leading receiver through 4 games with 130 yards, 9.2 yards per reception, and all 3 of Bethune-Cookman's receiving touchdowns. I spoke to Dakari earlier this week to find out how he navigates the rough seas of the defensive secondary at only 5'7". I'm here with Dakari Allen Johnson before the Wildcats take on Alabama State to continue SWAC play. Dakari, you're a senior this year. You stayed through the coaching transition. What was the offseason like for you, and why did you decide to stay instead of transferring?
Honestly, I knew I was going to stay here because I'm a senior, getting ready to graduate, and I'm a student athlete, student first. So that was like, it never crossed my mind about transferring. I was just going through the process. Still was working, waiting on the coach to come.
You're the leading receiver on the team this year. You've got all the receiving touchdowns the team has this year. You've worked with 3 different quarterbacks now. What's the difficulty working with so many quarterbacks to start a season?
Generally, I would say, here it hasn't been hard because we've been rotating the quarterbacks throughout practice, so it hasn't been nothing when it comes to the game, and we rotate in the games just like practice. But in general, it's pretty hard to go from one quarter, a team that practices with one quarterback in practice, then changes quarterbacks in the middle of the game. It's more so hard on the quarterback than the receiver to get his timing down with the receivers and all that.
You're one of the shortest guys on the team, listed at 5'7", in a position, wide receiver, that is defined at times by height and high-pointing balls. How have you kind of carved a niche for yourself in a position dominated by guys that are 6'8", 6'9"?
I've been short my whole life, so I use that to my advantage. I know what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and I know how I can use that to my advantage versus the defense. So, like you say, the high point and all that, it's times where I can high point the ball, but majority of the time, and then my coaches put me in situations where I don't have to high point the ball. It's just getting the ball in my hand and let me use my size and speed to do what I do.
Thank you, Dakari. Good luck this week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The maroon and gold passing defense shined bright under the Memorial Stadium lights 2 weeks ago, holding Tigers quarterback Jason Brown to just 13 of 24 for 90 yards and an interception. The pass rush forced Brown to consistently move out of the pocket and throw balls away. However, the Wildcats were not as strong against the run as they have been so far this season, as JSU put up 280 yards on the ground, including a 66-yard touchdown scamper by Irv Mulligan that ultimately iced the game. Linebacker De'Aris Thomas continues to pace the Cats defensively with 34 tackles, 5 tackles for loss and a sack. Thomas, along with Eddie Walls, Jalen Christian, and Amari Jones have the BCU sacks, while Jones, Omari Hill-Robinson, and Tyrone Franklin Jr. have provided interceptions. And Iverson Clement leads the secondary with 3 pass breakups. I spoke to defensive end Eddie Walls this week to talk about the pass rush, the defensive line, and his approach to the game. I'm here with Eddie Walls before the Wildcats take on Alabama State to continue conference play. Eddie, take me back to the game against Jackson State. You're in the middle of it, big stadium, big crowd. What is going through your mind before you get into a situation like that?
Well, I say the big crowd and all the outside noise don't really bother me. I just tend to continue to focus on my assignment and continue to execute. So I just focus on my alignment assignment and everything else and continue to strive.
The defensive line, and specifically the pass rush, has been, for me, the standout unit on the team this season. What's it been like working with the rest of the defensive line to kind of create that pass rush?
We tend to hold each other accountable in practice and continue to work our best in practice and get our technique down in practice before it can translate during the game. And as it translates to the game, we continue to make our way to apply pressure to the quarterback, and we just 10, we got to get more sacks and continue to strive to get better.
Went through a coaching change this offseason with Coach Woody and his staff coming in. What's it been like working with them?
It's been great because they teach the game very well. I have learned a lot of things I didn't really know about until they came here. So they actually taught us as a group pretty well the technique and fundamental of everything.
When you line up against an offensive lineman over and over and over again, what changes from the first snap towards the end of the game?
I guess the adjustment, because between practice, you're practicing against your O-lineman is different than practicing against another team O-line. So as you get throughout the game, you started to adjust. Okay, so this is how they play. Even though you watch film, you still got adjusted to it physically. So that's how I do it.
What are you looking forward to this week against Alabama State?
I look forward to dominate, like I always wanted to do. I love to dominate, so I'll just continue to dominate.
Thank you, Eddie. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
While both teams in this afternoon's contest are 1-3 on the season, both took very different routes to get there. Let's take a closer look at the Alabama State Hornets in the Week 5 edition of the Opponent Report. Led by former alumni and Hornet football player and 11-year NFL veteran Eddie Robinson Jr., the home team are looking to improve on a 6-5 record in 2022, the program's best since 2015. Alabama State won their opening game of the season, a non-conference game against Southern in the Labor Day Classic at ASU Stadium, but have dropped 2 of their last 3 games, 21-17 to Division II Miles College, 23-10 at Florida A&M, and 23-20 in overtime last week against Alcorn State. As you can tell from those scores, similar to Bethune-Cookman, the Hornets' strength lies in their defense. They allow just 19 points per game and hold their opponents to just 86 yards on the ground and 276 passing yards. SWAC preseason Defensive Player of the Year linebacker Colton Adams anchors the Hornets' defense. Adams has registered double-digit tackles in 2 of the last 3 contests, tying his career high with 17 against Miles College. The Wetumpka, Alabama native ranks 2nd of the conference and 5th in FCS with 11.7 tackles per game. Adams led the SWAC and FCS with 11.6 tackles per game and 11 starts in middle linebacker in 2022, en route to an all-SWAC first-team selection. On offense, Bama State has pivoted between Damon Stewart and Demetrius Davis at quarterback. Stewart has more snaps under center. They both have comparable numbers, completing around 60% of the passes with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions apiece. Junior wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson is the top target for the quarterbacks. He leads the SWAC in receiving yards with 326 on the season and 3 touchdowns through the air. On the ground, Jawan Howell has 49 carries for 185 yards, and quarterback Demetrius Davis is a dual-threat quarterback, carrying the ball 31 times for 150 yards. One interesting name to keep an eye on is wide receiver Daytona Beach's own Ajay Harrell, who starred for Mainland for the last 3 seasons. And now it's time to bring in my friend and co-commentator here on the CatEye Network, Daryl Natil. Daryl, we are high atop new ASU Stadium here at Alabama State University. The teams are on the field and ready to go, and so are we up here in the broadcast booth.
First of all, it's great to be back. I wasn't at the Jackson State game, but I'm anxious to see the Cats after an open week. Both of these teams are really mirror images of each other. They got 2 good quarterbacks on both sides and 2 good running backs on both sides with great receivers. Both teams are playing almost the same type of football. Both teams averaging around 19 to 20 points a game. It's going to be a dogfight right here at the new ASU Stadium.
This stadium is beautiful.
Beautiful, man.
It's beautiful. It's called concrete and steel. We're all the way up on the near side, about feels like a country mile above the ground, looking straight down onto the field on this towering home side stand. There's a shorter, even single stand on the far side, and then a grassy knoll on the left, and a short stand behind the goalpost on the right. The Wildcats are out onto the field, standing on the sideline, waiting to begin the game. They are wearing gold helmets today for the first time this season, gold jerseys and maroon pants, maroon numbers, and a white trim. Alabama State in their homecoming best, gold helmets, kind of an old gold chrome look to their helmets, black jerseys, black pants, gold numbers with a white trim and a gold stripe on the shoulders. Good-looking matchup here today. Lots of gold on both sides. Not a cloud in the sky, and a beautiful 75 degrees here in Alabama today.
Beautiful day in the Gulf. I haven't been up here since 1977 When I played for the Wildcats, we played Alabama State in the Crandon Bowl, and we passed that coming in. But this new facility right here on Interstate 85, it's homecoming. 26,000 seats. Everybody's in the parking lot. Nobody's in the stadium right now.
I'd say there's about 10,000 in here right now, and that's maybe a conservative estimate right now. But, yeah, a lot of people just making their way in. It's homecoming. Homecoming traditionally not the most important week here at Alabama State because they've got the Magic City Classic coming up.
Absolutely.
They've got the Port City Classic coming up in Mobile. And, of course, the Turkey Day Classic at the end of the season here at ASU Stadium. But the administration here at Alabama State really trying to push homecoming as a big deal.
Homecoming's a big deal anytime. We have homecoming next week in Daytona Beach, and we look to have 12 to 13,000 people in Memorial Stadium in Daytona Beach. So the Cats coming on the field right now, they're going to be receiving, going right to left on your radio dial.
Yeah, we'll talk about homecoming more throughout the broadcast, and we'll have some canned stuff at halftime.
Right.
Of course, we're not on WELE this week. Our producer extraordinaire, Larry Steele, unable to he's on vacation. Let's put it that way. He's on vacation. He's not in the studio today. So we're only on YouTube. If you're listening to us on the CatEye Network on YouTube, we appreciate your company. We are just about set to go. The kicker, freshman Jaden John from Miami, Florida, is set to kick it off. The ball's on the tee at the 35-yard line. He'll kick left to right. Back deep to receive for the Wildcats. It's Darnell Dees and Jawan Boyd. Dees to the right, Boyd to the left, and the tee. The ball fell off the tee. It's very windy down there. The wind ripping across the field left to right. So he's going to be kicking with the wind. Here is John.
I'm anxious to see Deeds or Tink Boyd get this ball on a return.
Well,
we haven't seen many returns this year.
Yeah, only 5 returns for the Wildcats in 4 games, and the returning was probably their best weapon last year. Here's the kick, and let's play football. It's a low line driver. It's going to go all the way past Boyd and through the end zone, and Bethune-Cookman will come out to the 35. That is one of the strangest opening kicks I think I've ever seen. He drove it hard along the ground, straight down the middle, and nobody in maroon and gold touched it.
But they beat us last year on an onside kick after a touchdown, so I was looking to see if they're going to try some more trickery, but they scooted it down the middle of the field, and Tink let it bounce into the end zone.
And I think that's smart from Bethune-Cookman. I think they're trying to cause a little bit of chaos and maybe catch us off guard. We'll start at the 25-yard line, going right to left in maroon pants, gold jerseys, gold helmets. Walter Simmons is the quarterback. The running back is Jimmy Robinson, in for the injured Juvensley Bazul. 2 receivers to the right. 4-3, the defensive pattern for Alabama State. Here's the first snap of the game. It's a handoff right up the middle to Robinson. He goes right into the pile. We'll see where they spot the ball up to the 29-yard line. A nice 4-yard carry on first down for Jimmy.
You know, we were talking earlier in the week about quarterback play, and if Walter Simmons gets the chance to use his legs this afternoon, he's going to give Alabama State some trouble.
Simmons on the season, 24 carries, 41 yards, 1 touchdown. That touchdown coming late in the game against Miami. 2nd down and 6 after a gain of 4 from the Wildcat 29. Simmons claps his hand once, now twice. Takes the snap, puts it in Robinson's belly again. He'll run left, and he's going to get 1 yard maybe. He's going to get to the 30-yard line. Big tackle by Stephon Young-Roll, the defensive end out there. Also, DeMarcus Cunningham, a linebacker, in there for the Hornets.
Alabama State's one of the best defenses in the SWAC, and they're very stout against the run. That hole closed very quickly.
Alabama State just giving up 19.3 points a game and only 82 yards per game against on the ground. So the Wildcats are going to be very it's going to find it hard to run the ball. Now, 3rd down and 4. They spot the ball at the 31. Got to get to the 35. Simmons has 3 receivers to the right. Allen, Johnson, Boyd, and Ellington, and then 1 to the left.
Comes to blitz.
Adams shows blitz, now backs way off. The other linebacker, Cunningham, also shows blitz. Here's the snap. The blitz comes. Simmons is going to go down. Back at the original line of scrimmage, it's a 6-yard loss for a sack, and it was DeMarcus Cunningham, the linebacker.
They sent 2 men from the near side. They outflanked our offensive line, and quarterback stepped up into the pocket, but he didn't have any lanes to run in, so it's going to be 4th down for the Cats.
Yeah, and again, we try to come out here, run the ball against probably the best rushing defense in the SWAC, and then when we tried to throw the ball, they just sent the blitz, and the offensive line couldn't pick it up.
You're going to have to put Simmons on a rollout this afternoon because they're coming.
And they blitz a lot. They send a lot of aggressive packages. Here is Anthony Frederick. He stands at his own 10-yard line. Back deep to receive is Eric Horn on kickoffs. Frederick's kick is in the wind, and it's not going to go pretty much of anywhere. It's going to go maybe 10 yards to the 35-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. He is kicking straight into the wind, but when you do that, you got to kick straighter and more direct. You can't kick it way high up in the air because the wind's just going to push it right back at you. We'll see where they spot this ball. And it's going to be right at the 35.
Oh, my God. The kicking game is going to be very, very crucial this afternoon because, like you said before, that wind is really whipping from left to right. He kicked that ball straight into the wind. He only got a 12-yard punt.
Well, here is the Alabama State offense. We'll see who they put at quarterback to start. They've been flipping back and forth between Demetrius Davis and Damon Stewart. The Alabama State uniforms don't have TV numbers. I think it is Davis under center. It is. 3 receivers short to the near side right. Run the ball straight up the middle. Breaking 1 tackle and getting tripped up at the 30-yard line is Jawan Howell, their leading rusher. He's got 185 yards on the ground this season. And they're playing almost, it looks almost like a single wing-esque formation when Davis is in the game at quarterback. He's under center. There's 3 receivers bunched right near the line to the right-hand side. 1 receiver all the way out to the left. They're going to throw it to that 1 receiver to the left in single coverage. He's going to be pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. Pushed out by Jabari Jowden. The pass was complete.
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. At the 26, got to get to the 20. Keyshawn Johnson made the catch last time out, and he'll be flipped all the way to the near side as they flip that formation ball spotted right hash. Now they do a lot of pre-snap motion. Take the bunch formation from the left to the right. They're going to run the ball straight up the middle, making a cut in the backfield and bouncing it outside is Davis. He's going to get to the 20, near side 10, drag down at the 8-yard line. That's a great job by, Jawan Howell on the carry. He made 1 man miss in the backfield, and that's all he needed.
They had him stopped in the backfield. All he had to do was trip him up, and we missed the tackle. He gets the first down at about the 9-yard line.
Alabama State loves to run really fast up tempo. They'll go first down and goal from the 9-yard line now. Demetrius Davis, still the quarterback, yet to use his legs, but they've used a lot of disguised motion pre-snap to undo this BCU defense. That time the defense is great. They handed it off to Howell up the middle, and the defense says no. Eddie Walls, first to him to make the tackle for no gain, 2nd out of goal from the 9.
Yeah, Eddie Walls got his big self in there and filled that gap right quick and just put a monstrous grip on the running back.
Walls, the sophomore from Fort Myers, down in South Florida. Now he'll come out to put the big boys in on the defensive line.
They're setting up an unbalance when they come in motion.
All 4 receivers now to the left, standing basically on the 10-yard line marker. Nobody out to the left. They're going to throw a screen pass to the right, and it's dropped. Incomplete. They were looking for, I believe, Robert McGinn, or it was Isaiah Scott there, and he just dropped the screen.
Hey, and they set a wall up with the other receivers. He had a lane. If he caught that, he probably would have scored.
They had 4 receivers plus the running back in the flat to block to the near side, and he just dropped the pass. So now it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 9.
This is a huge play right here.
They bring Eddie Walls back in after 1 play off. Walls will slot in at the right defensive end spot.
Keep your eye on Keyshawn Johnson, that down at the bottom of the screen.
Now they bring in, Davis is still at the quarterback. 1 man in motion. Davis going to roll to his left. He's looking, gets a great block, tries to sprint to the city line, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds to the 5.
Going to bring up 4th down.
Amari Jones, good job moving laterally from the linebacker to push him out. And he was looking for that screen pass, but the secondary did a good job covering it up.
Defense played well once the ball got inside the red zone. Cats going to force a field goal.
They're going to bring on Jaden John to kick the field goals. He's 2 for 5 on field goals this year with a long of 29. This will be a relative chip shot.
Because of the short punt, man, this is a victory for the Cats because they took the ball over the 30-yard line.
John has the wind at his back. This will be a 24-yard field goal. Here's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So Alabama State, with 10:19 to go in the first quarter, takes advantage of a poor Anthony Frederick punt and goes 35 yards for a field goal here in the first quarter. We will take a break and be right back. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University Athletics on the CatEye Network.
Let's go! It's Homecoming 2023, October 9th through the 14th. Wildcats, head over to BCUHomecomingCentral.com and check out everything that's going on for this year's epic homecoming celebration. Alumni, students, and Bethune-Cookman University fans, don't miss the kickoff bash, the family reunion, concerts, parties, the parade, and the pep rally, step show, and the game against Texas Southern, and more. Wildcats, the countdown is on. Get the details at BCUHomecomingCentral.com.
Gladys Knight, 7-time Grammy winner. The enchanting voice of Gladys Knight.
Someone to watch over.
One impressive hit after another. Gladys Knight, Friday, January 26th, Peabody Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
When you were a kid, your football fantasy was throwing a winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Now, as an adult, you play fantasy football and draft players onto a team that exists nowhere but a spreadsheet on your computer. Times have changed, but one thing hasn't. The NFL is covered right here.
Sunday afternoon football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, and Thursday night football. Hear it here on WELE 1380 The Cat. Streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
Back at ASU Stadium, Michael Cirillo and Daryl Natil live with you here in Alabama. 10:19 to go first quarter. The Hornets of Alabama State have a 3-0 lead over Bethune-Cookman after a short field drive that ended in a field goal. And I think you got to have a win for the defense there after they were set up in tough position to force that field goal.
Special teams going to play a huge part in this football game, and we saw the short punt by Frederic, but the defense, they held strong here inside the red zone, so they're going to give up 3 points. Let's see what happens with the offense this time out.
Well, the offense has got to move the ball and keep the defense off the field. That was the big thing against Jackson State 2 weeks ago. The defense just got gassed because they were on the field the whole game, and the offense.
And that's been the story throughout the year. You know, everybody knows about our injuries and about the quarterback situation. We just got to find a rhythm.
John set to kick this one off left to right at the 35-yard line. Last time it was a low-driven kick. This time it's in the air. It's going to be caught at the 2-yard line by Dakari Allen Johnson. Up to the middle to the 10, 15, break to tackle 25, 30. Gets a hole 35, near side, 41 man to beat. He's going to be dragged up and slowed down, pushed out at the 50-yard line. What a return for D.A.J.
D.A.J. hit a seam up the middle. That's the first return we've seen him run this year. Hit a seam, bounced to the outside. One man to beat, tripped him up. He stumbled up to about the 49 yard line.
Right at midfield, yeah.
First down for the Cats, inside.
How about that? So they put Tink Boyd in their first play.
He let it go.
Then they put D.A.J. in there, and Dakari ran it back to midfield. They're on the ASU 49.
49-yard line. Let's see offense.
Fantastic field position for Bethune-Cookman. Let's see what they can do with it. Walter Simmons in at quarterback. It is once again Jimmy Robinson at running back. 3 receivers right, single left. From the Alabama State 49, 1st and 10. Once again, it's a 4-2-5 look for this Bama State defense. Let's see if they dial up some pressure. It's going to be a quick throw to the near side left, caught by Tink Boyd. Was it incomplete? No, he did drop it as he went out of bounds. Excuse me, that was Tink Boyd. He was matched up one-on-one with James Burgess, their top cornerback.
You know, we talked earlier, I walked on the field. A lot of beach sand. He slid coming out of his break that time. The field is very slick. They put some dirt on that turf.
So that'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats on the ASU 49, right near the ASU wordmark / Hornet logo at midfield. The ball spotted on the left hash. Snap to Simmons, pressure coming off the left. Simmons slips, but he gets away to the 50, to the 45, slides down. They're going to spot him at the 46 because remember, it's where the slide starts. So it's only a 3-yard gain, sets up a 3rd down and 7.
Okay, you know, we have a great field goal kicker ourselves, so we're about 10 yards away from field goal range.
Well, if we get 10 yards, it's the first down.
Yeah.
So,
you're right.
You got to go for
7 yards to go for the first down. Yeah.
It's 3rd down and 7 from the Alabama State 46.
This might be 4-down territory.
Maybe. We'll see. Simmons claps his hands, motions Robinson out of the backfield, takes the snap. It looked like it was supposed to be a screen to Robinson. He's going to throw back to the far side. It's caught near the 40. That is Jalen Brown on the catch. He's going to be short of the first down. We'll see where they spot him.
They're going to spot him a couple of yards short.
It is
It'll be 2 yards short.
2 yards short. They're at the 41, need to get to the 39. We'll see if they keep the offense on the field. Bethune-Cookman this year on fourth downs, 2 of 4, 50%. And, of course, that crucial fourth down conversion that they missed by a couple inches against Jackson State last year. They do keep the
tonal screen right here.
They all do keep the offense on the field. The ball's on the far hash. Fourth down and 2. Got to get to the 39 for a first down. Simmons with Robinson sidecar right. Jones is the single receiver to the short side right.
Uses wheels.
Here's the blitz. He steps away. First down and more, 35. Makes a man miss 30. Slides down at the 25-yard line. Great run by Walter Simmons.
Great move that time to go down because he was about to take a lick. We picked up the first down with the legs of the quarterback.
And that's what you said pregame, right? We got to get Simmons involved in the running game because they're going to commit so many guys.
And that builds his confidence, too.
Here's the snap. Handoff Robinson up the middle, pushing forward. Stays on his feet inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Great run by Robinson.
Good-looking drive by the Cats right now. They're down inside the red zone.
But to finish my point, they're going to send so many guys up the middle, that outside lane for the quarterback is going to be wide open. Second down, screen to the far side. It's caught by... Terraza. No, that's not Terzado.
It's not Terzado?
Who's out there? It is Terzado. He's wearing number 21 today.
Yeah.
I have him listed as 38. I'll change that during the break.
38 for Cutchin. What's his second in about?
No, it's third and 3 from the 23. From the 17. Got to get to the 15. Here's the snap. They send the outside pressure. Robinson up the middle has a nice hold of the 10. Spun down to the 5-yard line. First and goal, Wildcats.
Good-looking drive that time. The offensive line opened up a huge hole up the middle. Jimmy Robinson just tiptoed through there, picked up the first down.
Christian Loving, the redshirt sophomore out of Hamilton, Alabama, playing in his home state, opened up a huge can opener. Here's Robinson up the middle. Touchdown, Bethune-Cookman. Touchdown, maroon and gold. Jimmy Robinson to cap off a beautiful Wildcat drive.
That's the way you answer the drive. The opening kickoff, DJ brought it up to the 49-yard line. 5 plays, 49 yards, Cats on the board.
The Wildcats are in the lead as Cade Hector, he was struggling pregame trying to kick into this wind that is right in his face right now. We'll see what he does with the extra point. Had an extra point blocked against Jackson State 2 weeks ago. Cade Hector is on to kick. It'll be Ethan DeTilio to hold. Here's the snap. Hold, kick, up, and right through there. So Wildcats lead it 7-3, 7:13 to go in the first quarter. Darryl, excellent signs on offense.
Here's what happened. You allow the quarterback to use his strength, which is his legs, and he creates some lanes. It opened up some lanes for the running back. Good-looking drive that time for Walter Simmons and Wildcats.
Trying to get a drive summary. Let's see.
I think it's like 5 plays, 49 yards, 6 plays, 49 yards.
It is.
I'm guessing.
8 plays, 49 yards, in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. We'll take a timeout and be right back. It's 7-3 Bethune-Cookman on top of Alabama State here on the CatEye Network.
Keep hope alive with Reverend Jesse Jackson.
But more importantly, how is the Republican Party going to deal with this? Are they really going to push, those that are more inclusive in their view of society to the side for those that are have the views of that being David Duke without the baggage is a good thing?
Keep hope alive with Reverend Jesse Jackson. Sunday morning from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. Only on WELE 1380 The Cat. Streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
It's an NFL doubleheader on Sports USA. And first, we're in the Motor City as Sanders, Thielen, and the Carolina Panthers go to battle with the Detroit Lions led by Goff, St. Brown, and the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. Then, it's off to Mile High as Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and the New York Jets fly into Denver to face Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, and the Denver Broncos. It's the Panthers at the Lions, then the Jets at the Broncos. Next Sunday on Sports USA.
The doubleheader starts at 1 p.m. Sunday on WELE 1380 The Cat.
Welcome back to new ASU Stadium here in Montgomery, Alabama. Bethune-Cookman Football continues Southwestern Athletic Conference play next Saturday, October 14th, for a homecoming matchup with Texas Southern. Catch all the action on HBCUGO.tv or listen live to Daryl and myself here on CatEye Network Radio starting at 3 p.m. on YouTube.com/CatEye Network, or if you're traveling around Daytona Beach and not at the stadium on 1380 WELE. I want to go back to that last scoring drive for Bethune-Cookman, and once again, it was 8 plays, 49 yards, covering 2 minutes and 56 seconds. And I want to give huge kudos to Christian Loving, Christopher McAlpin, and Antoine Wells, the middle of that Wildcat offensive line. They made huge holes for both Walter Simmons and Jimmy Robinson to run through, peeled them back like a can opener.
See, on the first drive, we saw the Alabama State blitz, and they've been continuing to do that. But what we did was we countered by having the quarterback sprint outside, and then we began to make the blocks up the middle to open up some huge running lanes for the running backs.
And we also used the screen to the outside to
Absolutely.
Terzado, and we tried to set one up to Tink Boyd, but he couldn't stay in bounds. But the one to Terzado was huge because it picked up a first down on 3rd and short.
This was interesting. Every week we see these kids grow up. The offensive line, man, has been really playing good football the last, 8 quarters.
Cade Hector set to kick this one off. He'll kick right to left into the wind. He drives this one right down the middle of the field. Eric Horn's going to make the return. He takes it from the 5, left side 15, 20, up to the 25, close to the 30. He is tackled at the 28-yard line. First to him was, I think it was Amari Jones playing special teams.
Amari
was the
Jones.
man to bring him down.
And you had Dakari Johnson in there, too, on the kickoff team.
He does everything, man. He's a little bit.
He's a little guy, but he already said his size doesn't mean he's been that size all his life, so he can play ball.
If you missed the pregame interview we had with Dakari Allen Johnson, please go back and give it a listen. It's a fantastic piece. One of my favorites we've done this year is I drop my spotting chart on the ground.
Let's play some defense right here.
1st and 10 for Alabama State from their own 29-yard line. Demetrius Davis still in there at quarterback for the black and gold. He takes the snap. It's going to be a fake the jet sweep right up the middle. Huge space for Davis. Breaks off a tackle, bounces off his own man near the 50-yard line. Tackled right at midfield by Deontay Washington. And that's the kind of misdirection that this Bama State team loves. And we got a Wildcat down. It looks like Deontay Washington.
Yeah, Deontay missed the initial tackle in the backfield. Like he's cramping up right now. He had him stopped in the backfield, but he slithered through and picked up the first down. Got a break
first
in
down
action.
and a lot more. They're going to spot the ball at the 49-yard line of Bethune-Cookman, actually of Alabama State, so right where BCU started their last drive.
It's going to be a dogfight this afternoon.
It is. Both of these teams do not want to fall to 0-3 in conference play. Well, Wildcats only 0-1, Alabama State 0-2.
But with Alabama State, there's so much familiarity because of Ryan Lewis and former BCU coach Sims are here, and then you got about 3 guys that wore maroon and gold last season now wearing the gold and black of Alabama State.
Well, let's talk about Ryan Lewis. He's the defensive coordinator for Alabama State, but he was a special teams coordinator and linebackers coach at Bethune-Cookman under Terry Sims, but also played at BCU in 2011, 2-time All-MEAC and 2-time MEAC champion. He's top 10 in BCU history in interceptions as a linebacker.
First of all, he's a great kid. Great young man Ryan is. He has a son, Ryan Jr., who's a beast on the running back. But Ryan's a great kid. Had opportunity to coach at Edward Waters. Came back to BCU, coached special teams, and coached the linebackers. Now he has a chance with Eddie Robinson. Here at Alabama State, he's doing a heck of a job. I mean to hug his neck after the ball game.
And then, of course, Terry Sims, former BCU head coach here in an operations role at Alabama State. We were able to see him a little bit yesterday. And we were talking before the game, Alabama State with this palatial stadium, and we can see looking over to our right, the softball stadium and the baseball stadium are right there. The soccer stadium is right behind where we are. It's a great little sports complex area over here on the south side of campus. And, you know, if you're looking to come play in the SWAC, if you're looking at facilities, there's none better.
But here's the thing. Alabama State always retreads Wildcats because the baseball coach is a former Wildcat himself. Before that, you had Mervyn Melendez, a former Wildcat himself. So Bethune-Cookman and Alabama State has some parity when it comes to that maroon and gold.
And a lot of history between these two programs on the football field as well.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking in the open. They played all the way back in 1949.
Yeah. Yeah, we played these guys for homecoming way back in the day, and I was looking in the record book, and Massengale, a running back, rushed for 300 yards on us one homecoming at the old Memorial Stadium, Welch Memorial Stadium in Daytona. We came back the following year up here at Camden Bowl, and we beat them. So this has always been a great rivalry, BCU and Alabama State. We were all in the SIAC. We're back at the action.
Well, we hope that Deontay Washington is okay. He is not on the field. He was helped off. And, man, this team does not need any more injuries.
No more
but
injuries, man.
After the 20-yard run by Demetrius Davis, it's 1st and 10 for Alabama State from their own 49-yard line right near the midfield stripe. Davis under center, 2 receivers left, single right. He takes the snap. It's going to be a delayed handoff up the middle. Right there to make the tackle is Ebenezer Debula, who steps into that nose tackle spot behind Washington and makes the stop, only a 1-yard gain.
Debula read it perfectly. He hit right up in the gap, man, and made the tackle. He picked up a yard.
They'll say
Maybe
two,
maybe
up
two.
to the BCU 49. Changing some personnel. They'll bring in Dylan Creech to play fullback.
Watch the pass right here. They ran the ball 30 times last week.
It almost looks like a variation of a wing T offense, kind of. 2nd down and 8. Here's the snap. It's the other quarterback now. It's a throw to the near side, caught at the 40-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. And Ejike Brown drags the defender back. It is still going to be a 1st down to the 38. That's Damon Stewart, his first play, his first completion. Here he is their passing quarterback, 418 yards passing on the season.
Yeah, but the rush was on. He felt the heat coming from the backside. Another step, he'd have been sacked.
And that's what Bethune-Cookman defensively does best. They love to get after quarterbacks. Let's see if Davis is in there again or it's Stewart. It is Stewart in the game.
They're going to alternate quarterbacks. It's the running QB.
3 down linemen for Bethune-Cookman, 1st and 10 for the BCU 38. Stewart throws to the far side to the screen. It's caught at the 30, spinning out of a tackle, and right near the 1st down marker, he's pushed out of bounds. That was Keyshawn Johnson again.
That's too much cushion for Keyshawn Johnson. You got to come up on that guy. He's the top receiver in the SWAC. So you can't give him that much cushion, though, because he's going to put a move on you once he catches it.
Let's see where they spot the ball. It was really close to a 1st down right at the 28 of Bethune-Cookman. It's going to be 1st down. They gave him exactly 10 yards. Keyshawn Johnson, 326 yards. He's the top receiver in the SWAC right now. 3 touchdowns on the season as well. 1st and 10. Hornets moving the ball effectively. Now it's going to be a draw up the middle. Pushing forward through gold jerseys to the 21-yard line is Jawan Howell. And he got about a 6-yard run, sets up 2nd and 4.
So they're going to nickel and dime you to death to soften up that running game, because they threw a couple of short passes and they loosened up the secondary. Now they want to run the football.
And they disguise it in a lot of ways. They'll delay it. They'll play action. They'll screen. They just run a new running back on really late. That's Marcus Harrell.
They're playing a lot of personnel. Come on, D.
2nd down and 4 from the 21.
They outflank.
Lots of motion left to right. It's a pitch to the left.
Great
play. It was a pitch to the left, and De'Aris Thomas, the leading tackler for the Wildcats, shot the gap and made the tackle for loss. 3rd down and 7.
DT is one of the kids who really shown well this season. He led the team in tackles against Jackson State, so DT shot through there for the loss.
Loss of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 26-yard line. Got to get to the 18 for a 1st down. It does Alabama State. 3 receivers bunched to the left. Single receiver out wide. That's right. That's Keyshawn Johnson. Back to pass. Stewart looking, rolling to his left, being chased, buying time, gets a block. He's going to be taken down at the 23-yard line. 4th down. Bethune-Cookman, the defense holds again.
Team speed, man. Those guys closed in on the quarterback so quick. He was open. Next thing you know, he was covered by 3 guys. So it's going to pick up another field goal attempt for the Hornets. It's going to be, what, a 32-yarder, 38-yarder?
That's Amari Jones and Jalen Christian again. How good are these outside linebackers, man?
Every day these kids are growing up. Coach always says you go to work, you don't go to work, you go to work.
It's going to be another field goal attempt for Jaden John. He made his first one from about 25. This will be much longer. This will be a 39-yard field goal from the left hash. Wind at his back.
Oh, he bobbled the snap.
Bobbled the snap, and he's just going to fall onto the 30-yard line, and the Wildcats get out of there with nothing.
The defense have done it again, folks.
That was just a bad snap. It was way over the head of the holder. Harrison Tuckett to reach up to grab it, and all he could do was knock it down. Because if that ball gets over his head, the Wildcats pick that up and run the other way for a touchdown.
Going back to the 3rd down situation, the quarterback scrambled to the left side. Looked like he had room for the 1st down, but they closed on him very quickly and made the tackle, forcing a field goal attempt. The Cats would have 1st and 10 right here at the 30-yard line.
2:24 to go in the first quarter. Wildcats on top of Alabama State 7-3. They'll get the ball when we come back. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University football on the CatEye Network.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
Dude, You're buzzed.
You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats are on the prowl with a new head football coach, Raymond Woody.
We're going to get 1% better every day, okay?
Don't miss a moment of the action with veteran play-by-play announcer, Mike Torello.
Here's the bell tie snap, hand off to Robinson on a draw, straight up the middle. Nobody touches Jimmy Robinson as he rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Bethune-Cookman.
Every snap on your official station for Wildcat Sports, WELE 1380 The Cat, on your iPhone and streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is changing, and you need to know about it. Here are 5 quick facts that may affect your money for college in 2024. 1. The FAFSA will open in December of 2023, so be ready. The FAFSA will no longer open on October 1st. 2. The application is shorter and more user-friendly, with approximately a dozen questions. 3. Expected family contribution, EFC, is changing to the Student Aid Index, SAI, allowing more of a student's or family income to be excluded from the calculation, so you may receive more financial support. 4. The new FAFSA will no longer offer a discount for multiple children in college at the same time, so your financial aid calculations could be impacted. 5. In the cases of divorce or separation, the parent who provided the most support in 2022 is required to complete the FAFSA. This is typically the parent who claims the student on their taxes. For more information, please visit the Department of Education, Knowledge Center at fsapartners.ed.gov/knowledge-center.
Ready to go again. 2:44 left to go, first quarter. Michael Travillo, Daryl Natil in the broadcast booth here at Alabama State Stadium. The Wildcats in gold helmets, gold jerseys, maroon pants are going right to left across your radio dial. They'll line up right in front of us at their own 29-yard line. Walter Simmons in at quarterback. Jimmy Robinson, no correction. This is DeAndre McCutcheon, the redshirt freshman in at running back. He's going to get the handoff. And a correction, that is Robinson, not McCutcheon. Robinson falls for a gain of 4. I think it's a pretty generous spot up to the 33-yard line.
And if he hits that hole a little bit skinnier, he's still running. He hit it, but he hit it right up there where the linebacker was. He picked up about 4 or 5 more yards.
They bring in Jamari Sylvester, the bigger left tackle, in place of Aaron Overton Jr. on the left-hand side, maybe try and open up that running lane a little bit faster. 2nd down and 7. For Bethune-Cookman from the 33. Simmons takes the snap, hands to Robinson. No, it's a fake. Got to throw a screen pass to the left. That's Tink Boyd, 35, and falling forward to the 37-yard line. So it'll look up 3rd down and 2.
Nothing cute. Just continue to do what you're doing. Everything is being successful right now.
Now 3rd down and 2. They completed a 4th down and 2 on that touchdown drive on a screen pass similar to that one.
This time, quarterback wheels on the outside.
Now they got 3 receivers to the right, single left. Left is the short side ball near hash. 141 and counting here in the first quarter. Wildcats with a 7-3 lead. Robinson sidecar left. It's going to be a Simmons pass. Pressure coming from the backside. It's a beautiful slant over the middle to the 42-yard line. First down, Bethune-Cookman.
That's your guy, DJ.
No, it's not. It's Tink Boyd.
Tink Boyd. Tink Boyd from...
One wears 2, one wears 3. It's kind of hard to see from all the way up here, but that was a nice slant right across the middle.
Yeah, Tink's the transfer from Virginia Tech.
I think he's going to be one of my interviews next week. 2 by 2, the receivers. Handoff up the middle. Pounding his way through is Robinson, and he gets 5 yards on first down all the way up to the 47-yard line. Great run.
Quarterback keeper that time, he would have scored.
Was it a quarterback keeper? Oh, no.
If he would have scored if the quarterback kept that football that time.
Because everybody dove to the left, and we got an injured Hornet. And he's going to...
Yeah.
It looked like he was about to get up under his own power, but the trainers will come out. That's Kelvin Stokes, nose tackle. So we've had the nose tackle for each of these teams go down early.
Physical
And
football.
we expected that, right? Because both teams love to run the ball. Both teams play great defense. We expected this to be kind of 5 yards in a cloud of dust type game.
I see the Wildcats gaining momentum and gaining confidence each time they line up at the line of scrimmage. Walter is playing a great heady football game. He's playing within himself. He's using his legs, using his arm on the short passes. I like what I see with the Wildcats right now.
And I want to go back and heap some praise on Ebenezer Debula, because he's the backup nose tackle after Washington went down. He came in and made a huge stop on 3rd down to force the forced the field goal that eventually was not completed. So
Cats playing smart, and they're playing fast, and they're playing physical.
next man up mentality has to be, and that's been the way all season. Second down for Bethune-Cookman, and 5 from their own 47.
Ooh,
Handoff, middle, Robinson, huge hole, pushes forward, past the 50, near the 45. A helmet flies off of a Wildcats player, and it's going to be a first down Bethune-Cookman at the 46-yard line of Alabama State.
I love the run, but then again, if he hit that thing skinnier, he's running like a fullback right now with his head down. He hits that thing a little bit more to the outside, he picks up 10 more yards.
Jimmy Robinson, we mentioned Dakari Allen Johnson's not very big. Jimmy Robinson, 5'7", 195, but he's got that low center of gravity.
He runs hard. He's a strong kid.
Was it his helmet that came off at the end of the
his
play?
helmet. He had to come out.
No, he's not. He's still in the game with somebody else's helmet. First and 10 for Bethune-Cookman from the Alabama State 46. Handoff, Robinson again. Hole up the middle. He's going to be met right in that hole by Colton Adams, the star linebacker for this Alabama State team.
You talk about the offensive line. What they're doing, they're shield blocking. They're zone blocking right now, opening up some huge holes. The running back just need to pick which angle to go to.
But man, Colton Adams is so scary at that linebacker spot. Defensive player, preseason defensive player of the year in the SWAC, and an all-SWAC first-teamer last year.
Good-looking kid. That's the end of the first quarter.
First quarter is over. Bethune-Cookman has the lead. It's 7-3, and the Wildcats are driving. It'll be second down at 8 from the 45-ish of Alabama State. When we come back for the second quarter, you're listening to Bethune-Cookman University Football on the CatEye Network. This season, Bethune-Cookman University is celebrating 100 years of Wildcat football.
It's a celebration.
Head coach Raymond Woody has his team ready to roar. Cheer on the maroon and gold as they take on the best of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be there for every touchdown, every big hit, every memorable moment. All season long on WELE 1380 The Cat and streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
Gladys Knight, 7-time Grammy winner. The enchanting voice of Gladys Knight.
Someone to watch over.
One impressive hit after another. Gladys Knight, Friday, January 26th, Peabody Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Let's go! It's Homecoming 2023, October 9th through the 14th. Wildcats, head over to BCUHomecomingCentral.com and check out everything that's going on for this year's epic homecoming celebration. Alumni, students, and Bethune-Cookman University fans, don't miss the kickoff bash, the family reunion, concerts, parties, the parade, and the pep rally, step show, and the game against Texas Southern, and more. Wildcats, the countdown is on. Get the details at BCUHomecomingCentral.com.
Just about to start the second quarter here at New Alabama State Stadium here in Montgomery. Michael Torello, Darren Latil here with you. Wildcats have a 7-3 lead. They're on offense. They'll face second down and 8 from the ASU 46 when we get back going. We're still waiting for TV timeout to finish. But now the Wildcats, crucially, they took that lead into the wind. Now second quarter, they're with the wind, and maybe kicking game will be better, punting game will be better, and if they force the ASU punt, they'll get that good field position that the Hornets got in the first quarter.
I think what we're seeing is balance. You know, the Wildcats right now are running the football very good. They're doing the nickel and diamond with the pass, but the offensive line, the trenches, is the difference in this game right now.
First quarter stats: Wildcats 76 yards, ASU 70, 12 carries for Bethune-Cookman, 5-point yards a carry for 61 yards on the ground. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like an Alabama State stat line.
It does.
Alabama State on the ground, 10 carries for 44 yards. That's 4.4 yards a carry. 26 yards through the air for Alabama State when they brought in their second quarterback, Damon Stewart, who's more of the passing threat, and just 15 yards in the first quarter passing for Bethune-Cookman, all on screens, but that's all we've needed to do because the running game's been good enough.
Yeah, you know, I got one of my co-workers listening in. She's a Grambling lady, and she's saying that the Wildcats need to continue to run the football. So she's listening in. I like to say hello to my co-workers at work. But the Wildcats coming out here in the beginning of the second quarter, It's going to be what? First and 10?
No, second and 8.
Second and 8?
But I would not be surprised if Alabama State adjusts and starts maybe sending a third linebacker in the middle.
If they do that, we're gonna hit the tight end down the middle.
Second and 8 for Bethune-Cookman from the 44-yard line of Alabama State. 4 down linemen for the Hornets. One man in motion, that's Tink Boyd. It's going to be a fake jet sweep, run the left side. Robinson trying to get the hole, and he's going to run out of bounds. Nowhere to go, no gain on the play. 3rd and 8.
See, they have a lot of team speed. You don't want to go wide too much. You want to do that right now to loosen up the middle, but you want to continue to pound that football.
Well, I don't hate the idea of faking the reverse sweep and trying to get them going the wrong way, but they didn't bite on the fake.
Yeah. And they got great linebacker plays. You got the number 1 linebacker in the SWAC in the middle, number 1.
3rd down and 8 now for Bethune-Cookman from the 44-yard line.
It's going to be a pass on the top of the screen here.
2 receivers right, single left. 3 linebackers, only 3 down linemen for ASU. They do send the extra body. Simmons under pressure, throws over the middle of the field, and it's off the hands of the intended receiver. Incomplete, trying to get to Khalil Overton, the tight end, and it's 4th down and 8. And they're going to keep the offense on the field here.
That's the pass I was talking about, hitting that tight end, but you want to hit him down the seam. He did a square out that time. If you keep him in the seam down the middle, he's wide open.
They will punt it, and this is Max Chulin, not Anthony Frederic. So after the poor punt, Frederic gets pulled, and this is the freshman from Australia going to set up the punt here at his own 40-yard line.
And he has the wind behind him, too.
Back to receive the punt is number 87, Robert McGinn. He stands at his own 7. Wind at the back of Chulin. No pressure on the punt. Chulin walks to his left, gets it away, tries to angle it to the left. McGinn catches it at the 10, and it's a fair catch. That's a great punt. With the wind, yes, but also arced it to the near side corner. Right there, McGinn didn't have a chance to return it. He would have been clobbered if he hadn't fair caught it.
Yeah, that rugby style with the wind at your back. You can get a couple of skips, hops to the right, and he sidewinds it to the 10-yard line.
Now we'll see who is at quarterback for Alabama State. It is going to be Davis, the more rushing-focused quarterback.
They're going to be conservative right now.
They're on their own 8-yard line. They actually got a pretty generous spot on that fair catch for the Wildcats.
You got Judon man-to-man up top.
And that's on Keyshawn Johnson. Look for them maybe to go that way if they pass it. Snap to Davis, handoff up the middle. Wildcats in the hole and tackle him back at the 8-yard line. No gain on the play. It's Ebenezer Debula again.
Debula is really reading the offensive lineman. They slanted to the left. He slid right into the gap and stopped that play.
And they're playing Educate Brown at linebacker as well in place of Amari Jones, who's not on the field right now. He was also involved in that tackle. Linebackers got to be important to stop that run. 2nd down and 10 now after no gain from the 8-yard line. 3-men motion left to right, all tight in the formation. They'll hand it off to Howell. He's crushed! He's crushed by Eddie Walls back at the 5-yard line. He was contacted almost before he took the handoff.
Not Eddie Walls, a stone wall that time. Woo!
Was there anybody blocking him? How do you let a guy that's 246 pounds, 6'3", get right by you like a hot knife through butter?
Well, they're going to have to go to the air right here.
3rd down and 15. I'll give him only a 3-yard loss, so 3rd down and 13 now. Got to get to the 18-yard line for a 1st down. Ball spotted at the 5.
You got to move over. The safety has to move over this way.
2-by-2, overstacked to the left. Davis down the middle of the field, overthrown and incomplete. It was almost intercepted by Quan Harris, but the Wildcats will take it, a 3-and-out, and Bama State will be punting into the wind from their own end zone.
Once again, the defense stood tall, had the ball down within the 10-yard line, didn't let them get any yardage. As a matter of fact, they lost 4 yards in the series.
And let me tell you, who made the plays on that series? Debula, Educate Brown, Adrian Hall, Eddie Walls, all defensive front guys. Tink Boyd stands near the 40-yard line of Bama State to receive this punt. This might put the Wildcats in good field position. Punting is Harrison Tuck, the freshman out of Mount Crawford, Australia. He stands at the back of the end zone. Wildcats don't bring that much pressure. The punt is wobbly. It's going to bounce at the 30. It's going to roll to the 40-yard line to the 41, 42, and down by Alabama State. So the Wildcats, excellent field position. They will be at the Alabama State 41-yard line, and this basically mirrors the first quarter where we couldn't get out of our own end because the wind deflected the punt.
The wind is playing a big part in the ball game, and the kicking game is too. The way that punt landed at the 10-yard line, it flipped the field. So the Cats have opportunity right now to put some more points on the board. They're at the 40-yard line. Keep continuing to pound that football.
And we're only really 5 or 10 yards away from field goal range.
With the wind.
Yeah, with the wind. I don't say we need to settle for a field goal.
No.
Let's go down and score. But
use the edges with the quarterback legs and pound the middle.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats in Alabama State territory at the 41-yard line, going left to right. 12:37 to go in the first half. Wildcats up 7-3. 3 receivers left. Single right. Robinson in the gun. Hands off. Jimmy Robinson up the middle, and he's going to be swarmed after a gain of only 1 yard. That was a nice tackle. A nice tackle in the middle by Terrell Lightfoot Jr., the sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia.
They gave him 2.5, 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, we got to keep getting 5 and 6 and not 1 and 2 on these dive plays. One of these times, I'm expecting Simmons to keep that ball run around the edge.
Carr is in the slot right now. Let's see what happens with the
2 by 2 the receivers. Ball in the near hash. Dakari in motion. Now Simmons keeps it. 30 and 35, 20 down near the 20-yard line. He kept it. He faked the handoff to Robinson and juked 2 defenders out of their shoes in the backfield and scampered for a 15-yard first down.
The timing was off on that play. If he'd have really pulled it quicker, he'd have had opportunity to score.
Well, let's see where they spot the ball. They spot it at the Alabama State 23. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Robinson sidecar left. 3 receivers left, single right. Ball near side. It's going to be a handoff. Jimmy Robinson looking for a hole. None exists. That's a great tackle right in the hole by John Smith Cobb, the senior from Townsend, Delaware, and a transfer from Maine.
Keeping them honest in the middle. Just keeping them honest.
Jakeem Flesher also in on that tackle, the sophomore from Tanner, Alabama. This Alabama State team picked to finish 3rd place in the SWAC East this year. They've started 0-2 in conference. So a slow start for the Hornets. 2nd down and 9. They gave them a 1-yard gain to the 22. 3 receivers left, single right, same formation. Simmons claps his hands twice, takes the snap. Extra man comes on a blitz. Simmons forced to escape the pocket. He's going to be dragged down by his ankles back at the 25-yard line for a 3-yard loss.
You got to make a decision quicker whether he's going to run or throw it. He waited a little bit too long before he decided to run. It's going to make up 3rd and about 11.
3rd and 12 is the call. 10:41 and counting to go first quarter. Now, I think they should be smart with this.
Yeah.
Don't try and home run it for the end zone. Try something underneath. If you get the first down, great. If you don't, kick a field goal.
Lindsey's in the backfield right now.
Yeah, Terry Lindsey, his first adventure into the backfield today. He'll probably stay under the block. He's a bigger body than Jimmy Robinson is, 5'11", 185. Look at all 3 of the 5 linebackers. They send 5. Simmons, middle, in and out of the hands of Dakari Allen Johnson, was just ahead of him. But they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Throw something underneath, quick slant. If they get it, great. If not, kick the field goal. Here comes Cade Hector.
Special teams are going to play a big part right here. You got an opportunity for a field goal. It would be about a 40.
His long on the year is 45. This will be a 42-yarder. Ball spotted right hash. The wind at his back, Cade Hector. His long on the season is 45. The longest in the SWAC this year is 46. He's got 2 of the 3 longest field goals kicked in the conference this season. Snap is a little low to Tilio, and it's blocked.
Get on it.
The Wildcats do fall on it back at the 40-yard line. Eddie Walls still fighting for it, and Alabama State gets a huge stop on 4th down.
Yeah, that's a big break for Alabama State. Cats had an opportunity to put some more points on the board. The blocked field goal and the miscue on the slant pattern to Dakari.
Well, that was a bad snap or a bad hold, one of the two, because the kick never got there. It wasn't blocked. It was just never kicked.
Let's see what a replay.
I don't know if they have replay in this stadium. No, they don't have replay in this stadium, so we don't get to see it again. But I think the ball was never kicked. It was just a bad snap and a bad hold. Anyway, 10:03 to go. First half, Wildcats back on defense, up 7-3 when we come back. You're listening to Bethune-Cookman University Football on the CatEye Network.
When you were a kid, your football fantasy was throwing a winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Now, as an adult, you play fantasy football and draft players onto a team that exists nowhere but a spreadsheet on your computer. Times have changed, but one thing hasn't. The NFL is covered right here.
Sunday afternoon football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, and Thursday night football. Hear it here on WELE 1380 The Cat, streaming at WELE1380thecat.com. Keep hope alive with Reverend Jesse Jackson.
But more importantly, how is the Republican Party going to deal with this? Are they really going to push, those that are more inclusive in their view of society to the side for those that are have the views of that being David Duke without the baggage is a good thing?
Keep hope alive with Reverend Jesse Jackson, Sunday morning from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. Only on WELE 1380 The Cat, streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
Bethune-Cookman Volleyball is back home this weekend for a crucial SWAC matchup with Florida A&M. Come join us and wear gold as we honor our seniors Friday, October 13th at 6 p.m. at Moore Gymnasium, or catch everything live on the CatEye Network. That's Friday, October 13th at 6 p.m. Back here at Alabama State Stadium, the Wildcats with a 7-3 lead over the Hornets of Alabama State. 10 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first half in a very defensive contest. Both teams have had big stops inside the red zone and given up no points. In a game that the wind, Darryl, is really affecting.
I'm looking at Coach DJ McCarthy down on the sideline talking to one of the officials. He's discussing something that happened on that field goal. Maybe they came over the center's head or something, but he was discussing something with the official the whole time out.
Haven't seen a penalty yet for either way in this game. The Wildcats are the least penalized team in the SWAC, and they've done a very good job staying disciplined throughout this season.
Good-looking football team that's disciplined. Wildcats are ranked very, very high in FCS football as one of the least penalized teams in the nation.
Homecoming is right around the corner. Come out and rep your Wildcats Saturday, October 14th as BCU hosts Texas Southern for another crucial SWAC matchup. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Get your tickets today in the BCU box office or at Ticketmaster.com. You don't want to miss homecoming. All right, Alabama State, after blocking the BCU field goal attempt, is back out on offense. They will start at their own 39-yard line, going right to left. 10:03 to go in the first half. Demetrius Davis, the sophomore from Houston, Texas, the Auburn transfer, is out there at quarterback. He's alone in the gun. 3 receivers tight to the formation right. Single receiver. That's Jalen Jones all the way, or excuse me, Robert McGinn all the way out there to the left. Signal from the referee, and here we go. 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Receiver in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Up the middle goes Davis. He's going to power forward for about a 4-yard gain to the 44, giving a 5-yard gain on the play. Tackled by Shelton Quarles.
Had me fooled. I thought it was a jet sweep.
Well, again, Alabama State loves to do a lot of pre-snap motion, a lot of fakes. The move, the 3 receivers are almost acting as like 3 extra tight ends. When they're standing that close to the line, they'll move them back and forth.
And they got the big back end now.
This is the fullback, Dylan Creech, 6'0", 241 from Geneva, Alabama. Doesn't have a carry this year, but has 4 receptions for 46 yards. Under center is Davis. 2nd and 5. He's going to throw near side on a screen pattern. Diving catch by Johnson as he falls out of bounds and drags his feet to midfield for a first down, Alabama State.
He picked up the first down by a yard.
Yeah. And we were not, when they brought the big fullback in, we weren't expecting a pass. And again, we're given too much cushion for a wide receiver as good as Keyshawn Johnson is. He's matched up one-on-one with Omari Hill-Robinson and Jabari Jowden, depending on which side of the field he's on.
And the quarterback is eyeing his receiver right from the snap, too. He could have stepped up there and picked that off.
Now, Demetrius Davis, known more as a rusher, former Max Preps Texas Player of the Year at North Shore High School with 2 state championships. Creech, the fullback, still in. They're going to hand the ball off to him straight up the middle to the 47-yard line, give a 3-yard gain. Another tackle by Shelton Quarles, the junior from Tampa.
Yeah, Shelton scraped that time. You know, linebacker, you call a scrape is when you slide to that hole, made the tackle.
Conroy Cunningham goes out. Eddie Walls replaces him at defensive end. The big fullback, Creech, goes out. Now in the backfield now is Jalen Sutton, the sophomore from Mobile, Alabama. He's got 17 carries for 56 yards so far this season. 2nd down and 8 after a 2-yard gain for Alabama State from the 48-yard line. Under center is Davis. Handoff, trying to bounce left is Sultan. He's going to be tackled. And there's a bit of a scrum after the play. Did the ball come out? No. It looks like just a little bit of afters from these teams. Another, about a 3-yard run, setting up 3rd down and 6 at the 46. Got to get to the 40 for a first down of Bethune-Cookman. They're going right to left. Bring in a different package this time now, with Darius Edmonds, the wide receiver, coming in. And they send Keyshawn Johnson all the way to the far side right. He's matched up one-on-one with his opposite number, Omari Hill-Robinson. And also this is Damon Stewart, the passing quarterback in. 2 by 3, 5 wide receivers. Stewart takes the snap, rolls left, pressure in his face, no correction. This is Davis. Davis rolls right now. He is going to be almost tackled. He turns upfield, dives for the first down, and gets it. Oh, he almost was tackled in the backfield twice. I think Shelton Quarles almost had him by his shoestrings, but he was able to dive forward and pick up the first down. If he doesn't, he's going to be short by half a yard.
He's still short.
Let's see what depends where they spot the ball. They do spot him half a yard short at the 40.5-yard line. Offense still on the field here on 4th and 1.
Secondary played strong that time. He had nobody to throw to. He scrambled, he checked down, and nobody was there.
4th and 1. I would imagine this is just a QB sneak. Under center, Davis takes the snap, hands off to Creech, running left, first down. Alabama State at the 38-yard line, needed 1, got 2.
Now they're pounding the football. They're doing what we were doing earlier in the first quarter. They had a methodical drive down the field.
Correction, that was Marcus Harris on the last carry. That's the 4th running back on this team. Juwan Howell, Dylan Creech, Marcus Harris, and Jalen Sultan will all get carries, as well as the quarterback Davis. 1st and 10 for Alabama State from the BCU 38-yard line. 6:05 to go first half. 7-3 Bethune-Cookman with the lead. Motion left to right. Davis with the snap, follows him on a design QB run, tackled by a gain of only 2 yards by Jefferson LaFont. And LaFont stays down after the play. He'll be helped to his feet by the official, and he'll be okay.
Yeah, they ran a student body left with the quarterback.
And they brought the wide receiver in motion as well, faked the jet sweep, and then ran the quarterback behind him. Only a gain of 1. Spot the ball at the 37-yard line, excuse me, of Bethune-Cookman. 2nd down and 9. Clock runs, 5:23 to go first half. Davis under center. Jalen Sultan, the running back. 2 receivers right, single left. It's a fake, the handoff to Sultan. Davis will run it up the middle, spin off a tackler to the 35, dive forward to the 34, and it'll be another 3rd down. Let's see if BCU's defense can get off the field.
Broken play that time. The running back went the wrong direction. The quarterback had to eat it, so he ran up the middle. It's going to be 3rd and about 6, 7.
3rd down and 6 from the 34-yard line is the official call here on the scoreboard.
This could be 4-down territory for them.
It could be, because they're kicking into the wind, and I don't know what they would want to do kicking-wise. Davis is still in under center. They bring
the big back
Creech in. That bunch formation is to the left. Johnson all the way out in the numbers to the right. 3 down linemen Bethune-Cookman. Now they bring the linebackers up. It's going to be a screen, far side, caught by Johnson, close to a first down. He's short by a yard again at the 29-yard line, needed the 28.
Keyshawn ran a slant across the middle. Picked up about 5 or 6 on the play. It's going to be 4th and 1.
4th and 1. They keep the offense on the field, and this is going to be the second 4th down and 1 attempt for the Alabama State Hornets on this drive.
They're going to give it to the big back going to the right side.
Creech still in there. Keyshawn Johnson, they flip the field now. Johnson to the wide side, which is the left. 4 down lineman for Bethune-Cookman this time, 4th and 1. They hand the ball off to Creech. He powers forward. He falls forward. He just barely got it to the 27.
That's what they want to do. They want to smash mouth you right now with the running game, and that's what they're doing. They're getting 4 and 5 a clip. They have a first down now at the 25-yard line, 28-yard line.
And 3:34 to go. They're just running this clock all the way down. They don't want Bethune-Cookman to touch this ball again in the first half, and their plan is to score a touchdown, take the lead.
They're going to get it in the second half. Defense.
Juwan Howell back in at running back. Davis under center. Takes the snap. Delayed handoff. Howell makes a man miss in the backfield, but he's swarmed under from behind. And he's a loss of 1 on the play. Oh, let's say he got back to the original line of scrimmage. Eddie Walls made the tackle. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he tried to jab, and Walls didn't go for it. Just tackle him right there at the line of scrimmage.
A lot of substitutions
every
play for Alabama State. They're running guys on, running guys off.
Big play right here, defense. A big play.
Second down and 10 from the 27-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. Their backs against their own end zone. One man comes in motion. Quarterback draw up the middle at a huge hit, and down goes Davis. Only a gain of 1 to the 27.
That time the cornerback off the edge came in and clipped him. Stopped him for a gain of 1.
It was Jabari Jowden.
Yeah, Jowden from Florida A&M, grad transfer. He's a strong tackler, too.
Originally from Jacksonville, Florida, Jowden. 10 tackles on the season. Ribault High School product.
Ribault, the Trojans.
Third down and 9 from the 26-yard line of Bethune-Cookman.
Big play.
They look to the sidelines as Alabama State gets the play. It's going to be Damon Stewart, the passing threat, on the field now on 3rd and 9. Stewart with those bright pink shoes for breast cancer awareness game. He's under center. Creech in the backfield. He's got back to pass. No, they draw it to Creech, and he is going to be short. They got to the 21-yard line, needed the 17, and I don't think they're going to go for it in 4th down here. Unless they really don't trust their kicker.
They're going to go for it.
4th and 5 at the 17, or at the 21.
Big play right here for the defense.
Nope. No, is that Jaden John coming on the field?
Nope. Watch the slant pattern.
No, but they do bring in 3 or 4 new players off the bench. Wildcats will also sub. Out goes Conroy Cunningham. In comes Adrian Hall on the front line. 4th down and 4.
Got a hole right here.
From the 21-yard line, got to get to the 17. Demetrius Davis back in at quarterback. One man comes in motion left to right. Davis looking. Now he's going to take off. He's going to be tripped up and dropped to the 21-yard line. He lost 2 yards. BCU gets a turnover with a football back with a minute to go with in the half. What a stop for the Wildcats.
Bend, baby, but you don't break.
You don't put it past us on 4th down 3 times on the same drive, says the Wildcats. I couldn't see who made that tackle, but it was a great job running down the quarterback. It looked like the quarterback wanted to run that all the way, and he was caught from behind.
He had a man out there in the flats. He could have just flipped it to him, and he would have got the first down, but he decided to run it. He got ran down from the opposite side cornerback, trailing the play. First down for the Cats.
The stats say that Jabari Jowden came all the way across the
that
field
was
from his
Jabari
quarterback
Jowden from
spot
Florida
to make the play and turn the ball over on downs. So we're getting right now what we expected to get. A very defensive game. Both defenses are making big plays. The Wildcats had that one nice long drive, 8 plays to go to all the 49 yards, go all the way down the field and score a touchdown. That's the difference in the ball game right now. With a minute to go, what do you go aggressive here, or do you just take this lead to the half?
I'd say you got to stay aggressive because they got all their timeouts left. You don't want to do anything tricky down here. I think you want to run the clock out. In listening to the Hill Wildcat show this week, Larry Wesley was talking about Alabama State with the window dressing. You see the different formations. You see all the different personnel coming in, but you just got to play hard nose at the line of scrimmage, and that's what we're doing.
The Wildcats had 4 first downs in the first quarter, only 1 first down in the second quarter right now for Bethune-Cookman. Got to move the ball, especially now that you're starting at their own 21-yard line.
You hate to put it in the air right now. I would say run this clock out, but Alabama State will get the ball at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. But you want to do something here that doesn't put you in any trouble. Just run the football up the middle, let the clock run out. How many times? Both teams have their
3 timeouts.
Yeah, 3 timeouts.
Ready for homecoming? To help alleviate traffic congestion around the stadium, BCU has partnered with Daytona International Speedway to provide free parking and shuttle services on game day. Shuttles will pick up fans at Lot 1 at the Speedway, departing every 30 minutes starting at 7 a.m. Post-game shuttles will return to Lot 1 immediately after the game for 1 hour. Once again, shuttles will pick up fans at Lot 1 at the Speedway, departing every 30 minutes starting at 7 a.m., and post-game shuttles will return to Lot 1 immediately after the game for 1 hour. We got some time. There's a timeout on the field.
You talking about a mess next week with that parking? It's going to be a mess.
But talk about homecoming, man. You don't want to miss BCU homecoming.
Festive all the time. I think Friday we're going to have a big pep rally at the stadium, concert. People will be tailgating Thursday night. You're going to let the RVs in late Thursday night, early Friday morning, and people are going to be camped out at the stadium all weekend. Only thing I got to say is look out for those gators in the pond.
This will be my first BCU homecoming as a member of the staff at Bethune-Cookman. I'm really looking forward to it.
Get there early, bro.
I'm going to get there early.
Because I hate to start reading your script and you will be outside.
Wildcats come back out on offense. They lead 7-3 with a minute to go in this first half. They got 1st and 10 from their own 21 after they turned Alabama State over on downs. Again, Bama State not trusting their kicking game with the wind in their face down that left-hand side.
Keep the ball on the ground right here.
Simmons in the gun. Jimmy Robinson to his left. 3 receivers to the wide side right. Ball left hash. Cornerback blitz. It's going to be a screen to the far side. A lane to run, 20. Pushed out near the 25. That's Dakari Allen Johnson.
Dakari Allen Johnson has been one of our top players as far in the passing game. You know, your interview with him earlier in the this afternoon talks about his ability to make plays.
Yeah, and not only a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain, second down and 7 for the 24. Got out of bounds. Clock stops. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. So if Alabama State really wants to get aggressive with this, they can start calling timeouts. But again, BCU would be punting into the wind in this second quarter.
We're going to have to pick up our first down.
Here comes the blitz. Picked up. Simmons pressured. Down he goes. Back at the 15-yard line. And now I'm pretty sure Alabama State's going to call timeout. No, they don't. They don't call timeout.
Clock still running?
Clock's still running. 38 seconds left. Where's the play clock? Do they need to snap it again?
No, I don't think so. I can't see the play clock. It's 29 seconds to go in the half.
28 seconds, 27.
They had 3 timeouts, didn't use one of them.
No. And they're all just standing there. Okay, so coming up at the half, I've got 18 seconds left. I don't think the Wildcats are going to snap the ball. Coming up at the half, we'll hear a pre-recorded interview with Dan Ryan talking about some historical BCU news and notes of the week.
Timeout.
And
12 seconds.
They called timeouts with 12 seconds to go. Who called timeout?
I think we did.
No, Alabama State did. Alabama State called timeout with 12 seconds. Now, why wouldn't you call timeout with 50 seconds?
When you got 3 timeouts,
and
you got us at the 5-yard line.
I don't understand that.
I don't understand that one.
Yeah, so you'll hear
I'll take it.
You'll hear Dan Ryan talking about the 1970s. I think he's talking about this week.
Oh yeah, the 73 team.
Yeah, that's a great listen, and we'll give us a chance to rest our voices, go to the bathroom, and then we'll be back to give you scores from around the SWAC, scores from around the world of college football, and a preview of the second half. That's
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Give us time to eat. We got to eat before we get on that charter to go home with.
Well, and that's coming up at the half here on CatEye Network Radio. Once again, not on WBLE this week. We do appreciate you tuning in wherever you are listening from, be it Daytona Beach or anywhere around the world here on the CatEye Network. Once again, Alabama State called their first timeout of the second half with 12 seconds left to go in the half. The Wildcats will have 3rd down and 15 from their own 16, and I think all they need to do is just run the ball, and if they can stay on their feet for 12 seconds.
Run something wide.
Run something
and
wide,
then punt it away.
On 3rd down? Oh, maybe.
4th down.
No,
They'll call timeout.
It's
3rd down
it's
now.
3rd down now.
Run something wide. It'll be about 9 seconds left. Then you punt it away, and hopefully we can contain them before the half.
The Alabama State band is the mighty Marching Hornets is behind the right end zone, getting ready to come on for their halftime performance. You won't hear that here. You will, I believe, hear the Marching Wildcats next week.
Oh, you want to definitely hear from the Cats next week. They've been practicing hard.
Halftime show.
They've been practicing hard. I live right across the street from the band, and they've been putting on some stuff, man. They got some stuff for the homecoming fans.
They've been going to some competitions this year.
They're more of a show band this year. They're not going to home away games in the swipe because it's so hard to get to these places. But they've been a couple of Battle of the Bands in Charlotte. They're going a couple other places. They've been to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you'll see them in Jacksonville again against the Jaguars of Southern
in 3 weeks. We'll be there. That'll be an exciting one.
Absolutely.
And this Alabama State team beat Southern to open up the season.
Southern started slow, but right now they play Florida A&M tonight. It's going to be a dogfight in Baton Rouge.
That's going to be a big game to watch out for. And
we'll be watching that on the iPad on the plane.
Maybe. All right, 3rd down and 16 after the Simmons sack.
It's going to be interesting right here. No turnovers right here.
The ball on the 16-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. Got to get to the 31 for a first down. I don't think that's the goal. They put 15 seconds back on the clock.
Wow.
I think the goal is to run out 15 seconds and head to the half.
They're going to call another timeout after this, and we may have to punt the football.
Simmons, handoff, Robinson running left, has a lane, 20, 25, down to the 26-yard line, and they do call timeout immediately with 8 seconds left. That's a nice little run by Jimmy Robinson.
Yeah, JR got an opportunity to turn up field and lower his shoulder pads and picked up some yardage. And I saw him on the sideline before the game. I was telling him I couldn't get him to sleep on the bus because some of his relatives sat right next to me with all that luggage on the bus coming up, so I didn't get a chance to get much rest, but enjoyed the trip.
Timeout Alabama State, 8 seconds left. That's their second timeout of the half. So the Wildcats will have 4th down and 5 from the 26-yard line. They'll just punt this one away and try and waste 9 seconds. But we were talking about Jacksonville, Wildcat Nation. The Wildcats return to Everbank Stadium this season for another huge SWAC matchup. Come out and support your Wildcats at the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars on Saturday, October 21st. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.
And you really want to do that. It's going to be back week. It's going to be thousands and thousands of motorcycles in Daytona. So if you want to get away from the buzz, you want to go to Jayville for the afternoon.
Yeah, and if you're looking to watch some Wildcat football live, we only have one game after this that's outside the state of Florida. That's our trip to Grambling State in about 3 weeks. Every other game's in the state of Florida. We got home games. I got 3 home games, and then the game in Jacksonville, and then the Florida Classic. You don't want to miss that Florida Classic over in Orlando.
We got a Thursday night game against Alabama. Alabama State?
Mississippi Valley. We got it's a weekend game against Alabama A&M, and then of course Texas Southern coming in for homecoming next week. But so this is a very front-loaded road schedule this year, and last year, our SID Bryce was telling me it was the other way around, where we were at home early on, and then we went on the road late in the year. Do you prefer it one way or the other? Balanced, home early, home late? What do you prefer?
Well, I'm gonna answer it differently because of what Coach Woody is doing. He's building a new program. We got over 70 new players, and by playing on the road so early in the year, it's giving these kids a chance to be tested. You know, you heard Luke Sprague talk about his first home game in Daytona. He had never even heard the band before, and the fans were going crazy. That's the biggest crowd he had ever played in front of other than Memphis. So seeing these kids on the road against Memphis, Miami, Jackson State, they're fearless. They're fearless now, and I think the way our schedule is playing out, and if we get some guys healthy and some guys eligible, we're going to be dangerous going down the stretch. Believe that.
Yeah, we got winnable home games against Texas Southern, against Mississippi Valley State. Alabama A&M, I don't know what.
They scare me.
They're a big quarterback.
They're a big club. They got a great quarterback. And they have a great coach too, man.
But again, that's pretty much a month from now. So we'll see how things shake
in
out.
Orlando, that take care of itself because that's a rivalry. Anything can happen there.
Yeah, anything goes. Of course, last year was a big favorite FAMU, and that game was close in the second half. It was a one-score game in the third quarter before the Rattlers pulled away. And I think this team is probably better than last year's team.
Now here's a huge play right here. A punting game with the wind behind our back.
4th and 5 for Bethune-Cookman. It's Max Chulin.
Okay, we don't want a long return.
Back deep to return is Robert McGinn. He stands at the ASU 45. 9 seconds to go in the first half. Wildcats just trying to waste time. They're going to come after this punt, try and block it.
I was going to ask you, do you think they're going to come after it?
Oh, I think they'll come after it. And Chulin's got kind of that long wind-up because he's Australian from the rugby side of things.
If he can rugby that thing and let it hit the ground, it'll waste 8 seconds.
He stands with his heels on the 11-yard line, does Chulin. He takes the snap. It's a low snap. He gets the punt away. It's going to bounce, arcing near side, and it's going to stay in bounds near the 30, rolling down.
That's it.
And that's the end of the first half. What a beautiful punt by Max Chulin.
What scared me is he reached down low to get that ball and almost put his knee down.
That was a bad snap, but he did a great job to recover it, get the punt away, and it was a beauty all the way to the 30-yard line, essentially flipping the field, although it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things because that is the end of the first half. Your score, Bethune-Cookman for the second straight game takes a lead into the break in a low-scoring contest here in Montgomery. It's the Wildcats 7, the Hornets 3, and we'll hear from Dan Ryan on this episode of the BCU Halftime Report. We'll join you after this.
It's halftime on the CatEye Radio Network. This is Wildcat Central. You know what that means. It's time to talk to my man, Dan Ryan,
who knows all things BCU sports. And of course, we're talking about the 1973 team who was so special. And speaking of special, here he is, Dan Ryan. How you doing, man?
I don't know how special I am, but I'm honored that you think that way. So good to talk to you again. And also a special shout out to everybody. I don't know if you were following my Facebook, but I was back on campus for the first time in a couple months the other day. That new practice field looks great, Larry. I'm telling you, what's left of my heart was full of joy, and that place is amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next from this great place.
Well, Dan, I saw that bright picture that you took on Facebook, and I have to admit, the green on that practice field and that yellow shirt you had on and the maroon pants really looked good. So I got to give it to you, Dan. You were sharp.
I appreciate that.
So what's going on, man? Talk to us about this special team that we've been talking about over the weeks.
Since we had the bye week last week, these are two very important games. The first was from last week, 12-6 over Alabama A&M. Now, if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler guy,
all the way,
then you know who John Stallworth is.
Of course I know who John Stallworth is.
We shut him down.
No way.
It was once again, another one of these great defensive struggles. 12-6, Bethune-Cookman wins. Willie Collins did all the offense. He ran for one touchdown. He threw a touchdown pass to Bernard Coleman. Of course, when big defense, when you shut down a guy like John Stallworth, you're having a good team. The hero of the game was Franklin Patterson, and Alabama A&M driving late in the game. Fumbles. Patterson falls on the ball on the 10-yard line with about a couple minutes left, and Bethune-Cookman goes to 3-0. Now, this week, 50 years ago, and we were up at the gate. Remember, there used to be the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville. And, hey, this is a good time to remind you. I know we're getting exciting about homecoming next week, but in a couple weeks after that is the game in Jacksonville against Southern. So start thinking about that, make your plans and get tickets, everything like that. How's that? Was able to sneak in a good plug like that?
Boy, I tell you, only you can do that. Only you can do it.
Well, Albany State game, big victory for the Wildcats. They were down 14-0 after the first quarter, but came through. Again, the defense comes through. They only gave up one first down in the second half. They get on the scoreboard first with the Randy Strawn blocks a punt and goes into the end zone. Randy Walker had one monster game with 195 yards and scored the second touchdown. The hero of the game is Ernest Wintrow with 1:45 remaining, kicks a 22-yard field goal. Bethune-Cookman wins 16-14, remains unbeaten in the FAAC and goes 4-0.
Wow, what a memory! What a game!
Yep, Wildcats 4-0 and on a roll and getting ready to get into the October season. This is when it starts getting serious, and then I think also too we're going to be talking about what happened at homecoming 50 years ago, which is parallel to since next week is homecoming as well.
You are a true historian. Dan Ryan, as always, with our halftime report here on halftime here on Wildcat Central. Dan, appreciate you as always, man. Continue to keep doing good, man. Continue to keep doing good.
Talk to you guys next week.
All right.
Gladys Knight, 7-time Grammy winner. The enchanting voice of Gladys Knight.
Someone to watch over.
One impressive hit after another. Gladys Knight, Friday, January 26th, Peabody Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Welcome to the Wildcat News Feed on Sirius XM Channel 142 HBCU. My name is Larry Steele, and today our guest is a BCU alumni, Ms. Kendra Gibbs, Director of Communications for the Office of Alumni Affairs and Development. Remember, homecoming starts October 9th through the 14th. Thank you for hanging out with us today, Ms. Gibbs. That's a heck of a title, but I'm sure you'll take it, right?
It's long-winded. We got to find an acronym for it because it's a lot to spit out when you introduce yourself.
This time of year, we know that you are extremely busy.
Yes.
October 9th through the 14th is homecoming here at Bethune-Cookman University, but we have to swing this around just a little bit. Homecoming 2023, the Alumni Wildcat Pride Weekend, class reunion events. They will start on Thursday, October 12th. So we want to talk about that today and give you some information that you need to know about all of these events that will be happening surrounding Homecoming 2023. So, Kendra, let's start. I think it's Thursday that we start with the madness. So, just give us kind of a rundown and how people can participate starting Thursday.
So if you don't already have your tickets, if you go to bcualumni.com, you can click on the homecoming tab and see the top line events that we have going on. We have 2 more days of the all access pass. So after Tuesday, it won't be available because we're going to include some custom items in there. And if we can't customize it for you, you won't have the same experience as the people who ordered earlier. That's why we're cutting that deal off. But starting on Thursday, we're going to do a Wildcat talk with Coach Woody. If you haven't had an opportunity to speak with him, if you got questions, if you're excited, we would love to have you there. We're even throwing in lunch for that. That's included in the all access pass, and we're going to do some registration so you can get all of your swag and your reunion things that we've been working out the kinks for, including your shirts and those custom items. I don't want to say what they are. I want everybody to be excited and surprised. Last year, we gave out some custom cardigans. Those went over really well. And then we're going to be doing a campus tour. So if you haven't been on campus in 10, 15 years, there's been a lot of changes. So we're going to have that led by pre-alumni council. You get a chance to speak with students and see what's new on campus. And then we have our reception day party. So that's pretty much the top line for what's going on Thursday.
So now the address for registration so people will know where you're at.
558 Oak Street. We are on the side of the band practice field, and you make a left onto Oak. You cannot make a right. So you get to International Speedway. You've gone a little too far. It's time to turn around.
The day party from 4:30 until 7:30, which is free. A day party. In other words, will this be kind of a turn-up party, or what type of party will it be? Just for those who don't understand.
Well, this is kind of I would say it's the beginning of the turn up. So we're going to have refreshments and beverages and that kind of thing, a DJ and food. But that's really the time also that we want our classes to gather and to chat, because we've got some competition going on here. For those classes in reunion that raise $25,000 or more, they're going to make it down to that homecoming football field to present their check.
Really?
So that's the time to chat and make sure that your class is on that list, that you're going to make it to that field.
I'm just asking because I just really want to know, is it the earlier class reunions like from the 50s and 60s and 70s that really take it serious, or is it the youngers from the 90s and 2000? Which one of them take it really serious?
So I would say the 50th class reunion right now, which is class of 73, they're taking it pretty seriously. They've already hit that marker. They're going to be on the football field.
73.
Yes, they're going to be on the field. We're waiting to see what the other classes do. We would love to get some more younger alumni. That would be great. But right now, class of 73 is definitely leading the way.
73.
Yeah. You got to do it big for your 50th anniversary.
Wow, that is really big. That's real big.
Yeah.
So we want to challenge those who graduated in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, if your graduation class year ends in 8 or 3, or should I say 3 or 8, you are in reunion. So come and celebrate with us. Also, if you are not in reunion and you want to come and celebrate with us, we are always happy. The more Wildcats, the merrier. We're excited to have you back, and it will just enhance the celebration.
Wow. Seems like a lot's going on the very first day.
Yeah, we're going to hit the ground running.
All right, Friday, that's when everybody comes in. Everybody's looking for something to do, and it looks like Friday morning. Yep. There's going to be some mimosas running around and a little brunch going on. So I'll let you tell us about that.
Yes, so we're going to be at the Host Hotel, which is the Hard Rock Hotel. We're going to have a mimosa and jazz brunch. So Love Band is going to be performing. We're excited to see them again this year. That was one of the main things that was requested to bring back from last year. So we are doing what the Wildcats have requested. That one's also pretty cool too, because the class agents decided that they wanted to make this a white and gold affair.
Okay.
So it's going to be, grown and sassy, jazzy. come on and get your mimosas. We have a really good menu. I'm excited about the food.
Oh, come on. Tell me, just give us a little bit about the menu. Because you know we like to eat.
So I know that there's fish, there's grits, there's gonna be like all kinds of fruit and waffles. I don't know. I can't even remember everything that was on the list, but I remember going, as I was reading through it. It's been a while. This week has taken a lot of planning out of our office, so I can't remember all the details, but you won't be disappointed with the food.
All right, then. It's always good to know about food.
So the check-in, yes, we're gonna be doing check-in actually periodically throughout the weekend. So if you come on Thursday and you want to check in, we did it that way because everyone arrives at a different time. So Thursday, 2:30 to 6 p.m. We're gonna do check-in, and then we do check-in again from noon to 2 on Friday. If you can't make it, I would say call us because we'll figure out a way to make sure that you get checked in, that you have access to all your activities and your bags and whatnot. We'll figure it out. It's family.
All right. Now, I do see a homecoming family cookout, which I've been to, and they are very good.
Yeah. I hope the fish fries there this year. I don't know.
The fish fries, unbelievable.
Which is crazy because I'm going to be fresh off of Jazz and Mimosa brunch, but that's okay.
You ought to be hungry by the time you get there.
Maybe they'll pack me a plate. We'll see.
All right, then. So we're moving right along. This is still Friday, October 13th. And we're not going to worry about it being Friday the 13th. It's just the 13th.
I saw that and I had to put it out my mind.
Okay. Well, we'll put it out your mind. I think from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., there's the homecoming battles of the hall.
Yeah.
Can you kind of explain that for us?
So I have not experienced this before, but this idea was introduced by the people that work in the dorms. Miss Ashley Jackson and Miss Butler. This was the conversation that we had. And basically, the students are going to decorate their dorms. So if you can go back to your old dorm room. Unfortunately, I can't go back to mine.
Yeah, because
Meg's Hall is gone.
Meg's is gone.
Yeah.
But you can pretend.
Yeah. So I was thinking about the next one. Like, where else did I spend time? I spent some time in Joyner, so I would want to go by there in J-Flow. But you get to go by each hall and see what they've done. And there actually is going to be a winner. I can't tell you how they're gonna pick that. I know it's going to be tough because the students have been working on this for a while.
I'm interested to see how they're going to decorate these dorms.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to go with the Wildcat Forever theme. I mean, we are here at 100 years?
100 years.
100 years of BCU football. Yeah.
100 years of BCU football.
So yeah, I don't know if they're going with that theme. It'll be interesting to see what they each do, and even the scholarship houses are participating, so that'll be cool.
Wildcats, to find out more about homecoming, go to bcuhomecomingcentral.com. Now it's back to ASU Stadium for the second half of today's game between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Alabama State Hornets. With the voice of the Wildcats, Mike Torello.
Thank you to our many Wildcats back in the studio, Dan Ryan, Larry Steele, and others. We welcome you back to ASU Stadium here on the campus of Bethune-Cookman, of Alabama State University here in Montgomery. Currently the score, the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 7, the Alabama State Hornets 3. Let's take you around the scores from the SWAC today. If I can find the page. There it is. Right now it's 7-3, BCU over Alabama State at halftime. Second quarter, 12:46 to go. Grambling State 14, Alcorn State 13. That's a close one there in Lorman. In the first quarter, 7:25 to go. Jackson State 14, Alabama A&M nothing. We were talking about Alabama A&M and how they might give some teams some problems right now. Jackson State up by 2 scores.
Jackson State's handling Alabama A&M, but Alabama A&M has a physical, big front on defense. They play good smash mouth football, and I look for them to really play close with Jackson State.
Later tonight at 6 p.m., it's Mississippi Valley State at Prairie View A&M and Florida A&M at Southern in what probably is the game of the day in this conference.
That's the big game because Southern is in the West, A&M is in the East. They're the two leaders in the divisions. They could be playing again for the SWAC championship.
I'm sure both those teams would want that, but they're going to have to go up against each other at Bragg Stadium. No, it's in Baton Rouge. That game's in Baton Rouge.
Right.
Let's take you around some college football scores from the FBS. Washington State 3, UCLA 9, halftime there. Florida State at the end of the first quarter, a big 22-0 over Virginia Tech. Alabama 10-3 over Texas A&M. That just started the second quarter. North Carolina 17-0 over Syracuse. That's just started the second quarter. Some games that are done. Oklahoma wins the Red River rivalry 34-30 over Texas. That's a big, big win for Oklahoma. Maryland falls to Ohio State 37-17. That game was 17-17 at halftime. And LSU rallies to beat Missouri 49-39 in the Battle of the Tigers. Later today, there's some mouth-watering matchups to sink your teeth into. The big one at 6 p.m., it's Georgia and Kentucky. Also, Michigan, Minnesota, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Notre Dame versus Louisville, Georgia Tech versus Miami, Fresno State against Wyoming, Oregon State against Cal, and Arizona and USC. That's your top 25 scoreboard in the FBS right now. Teams are coming back onto the field and they're warming up for the second half. We got about 5 minutes to talk about what we saw in the first half, Daryl. Once again, it's BCU 7, ASU 3. Neither offense really that great. Here's some first half stats for you. Total yards, 107 for ASU. BCU with 97. Pass yards, 37 for ASU, 18 for Bethune-Cookman. Pass defense for both of these teams is outstanding. Rushing yards, 79 for Bethune-Cookman, 70 for Alabama State. No team has committed a penalty. The Hornets have 7 first downs. Bethune-Cookman has 5. 2 of 7 on third down for BCU. 1 of 7 on third down for Alabama State. 1 of 1 on fourth down for the Wildcats. 2 of 4 on fourth down for the Hornets. Total plays ran on offense, 31 for the Hornets, 27 for the Wildcats. Average yards per play, both at 3.5. So you see those stats pretty even, except in like the passing game. Neither team really wants to pass the balls. Kind of old school smash mouth football. What did you see in the first half?
You know, Alabama State, you alluded to this earlier off the air, that they've given up, 82 yards per game? We have 79 already on the ground. I think that the Wildcats had a couple of great drives in the first quarter. In the second quarter, we kind of stagnated ourselves on third down. But if we continue to smash mouth and throw the short passes and continue to keep the football, another score could be the difference in this ballgame.
Here's some player stats for you. Simmons, 5 of 8 for 18 yards. That's 63% completion. Rushing the ball, Jimmy Robinson, 13 carries, 62 yards, 1 touchdown. That 11-yard touchdown capped off an 8-play, 49-yard drive in the first quarter. Simmons also has carried the ball 16 times for 17 yards. Receiving, Tink Boyd is the only Wildcat with more than 1 catch. He's got 2 catches for 9 yards. Brown, 1 catch for 5 yards. Allen Johnson, 1 catch for 3 yards. Terzado, 1 catch for 1 yard. Receiving game not really gotten going for Bethune-Cookman.
You know, Jimmy Robinson came into the game with 66 total yards on the season. He has 68 right here in the first half, so continue to feed number 6. If he hits that hole, like I've been saying, a little skinnier, he's running it more like a fullback, trying to barrel through that hole. If he hits a little skinnier and bounce it outside, we're going to see some great yardage.
Here's Alabama State's numbers from the first half player-wise. Passing, Davis is 3 of 5 for 16 yards. Stewart is 2 of 2 for 21 yards. They continue to waffle those quarterbacks back and forth. Davis has played the majority of snaps. His 8 carries for 37 yards is the most for Alabama State. Harris, 7 carries for 23 yards. Howell, 6 for 18. Stewart and Bryant each have 1 carry as well for the Hornets. They're getting it done on the ground. Receiving for Alabama State, it's got to be Keyshawn Johnson, 4 catches, 26 yards on 7 targets, and then Lewis has 1 catch for 11 yards.
I think what we're seeing here in Game 5 is this team is beginning to take shape. They're beginning to look like Wildcat football. What Wildcat football is great defense and controlling the ball on the offense. The defense is beginning to fly around, make some plays on third down. We need the offense. We need the offense will, spark it up a little bit.
Really quickly, we've got about 1:40 left before we kick off this second half. What does Bethune-Cookman need to do to get out of here with a W?
We need to score one more time, at least another touchdown, and allow the defense to do what they do, fly around and make tackles.
What is worrying you most about this Alabama State team going into the second half?
The passing game. They have 2 quarterbacks. They have a great receiver who leads the SWAC in receptions, but he doesn't have any touchdowns. They only average 17 points a game. What scares me most is them getting to the passing game and getting to a rhythm. We saw them get into a rhythm in the latter part of the second quarter, but they didn't convert on fourth down. What scares me is they're hanging around.
We'll take 30 seconds and be right back after this word from BCU Football. This season, Bethune-Cookman University is celebrating 100 years of Wildcat football.
It's a celebration.
Head coach Raymond Woody has his team ready to roar. Cheer on the maroon and gold as they take on the best of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be there for every touchdown, every big hit, every memorable moment. All season long on WELE 1380 The Cat and streaming at WELE1380thecat.com. Michael Torello, Daryl Natil from Alabama State Stadium in Montgomery, Alabama, as we get you set for the second half between the Hornets of Alabama State and the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman. If you're just joining us, the Wildcats do lead this game 7-3 after a very defensive first half. The Wildcats will kick the ball off to begin half number 2. Cade Hector has the ball on the tee, going left to right,
with
and that is
wind.
crucial with the wind here in this second half, or third quarter rather. So the Wildcats going to have to do their damage now in this third quarter because they're with the wind, and that wind has been playing havoc. We saw Alabama State not kick it on fourth down inside the 30-yard line. That wind still whipping left to right as Hector with the wind at his back. Robert McGinn is back deep to receive. Also Eric Horn back there for the gold helmets. Black jerseys, black pants of Alabama State. Bethune-Cookman, gold helmets, gold jerseys, maroon pants, maroon numbers, white trim.
Nothing big right here at the outset of the third quarter. Nothing big on the return. You might want to scrib it or kick it out of the end zone. You got to win.
Their returner, Robert McGinn, last year had 2 returns for touchdowns, so he's got that breakaway speed. We already saw Dakari Allen Johnson return one up to midfield. That was the precursor to the Wildcats' touchdown drive in half number 1. Here we go. 15 minutes on the third quarter clock, and the ball falls off the tee due to the wind. We saw that happen at the beginning of the first half, too.
So do you squib it or kick it out of the end zone? You got to win.
I think we do exactly what the Hornets did to begin the game. Just kick it out of the back of the end zone. Now, Dakari Allen Johnson's going to hold the ball for Hector as he is now ready to kick this off. Cade addresses the ball with his right foot. The second half is underway. It's a line drive kick fielded at the 10-yard line. This is going to be Eric Horn. Horn runs left. Horn has a lane. Flag flies 30, 35, tripped up at the 37-yard line. Looks like that we might have the holding as our first penalty of the ball game.
Yeah, it was a holding down here at the 30-yard line. The first flag of the afternoon. It's been a clean football game, but on the return, there was a holding call on the Hornets. It's going to back them up.
This Alabama State team has scored 14 points in the first quarter, 23 points in the second quarter. This is season numbers. 17 points in the third quarter, but only 7 points in the fourth quarter all season. So this is a team that has failed to close games.
Yeah, we saw them play some football early in the year against Miles and against Southern. They played well against Southern, but we saw them play against Miles and Alcorn, but they couldn't close, couldn't finish. And Florida A&M.
The penalty backs the Hornets all the way up at the 10-yard line. Last time they were down here, they had to punt from the back of their own end zone into the wind and gave the Wildcats good field position.
Come on, defense.
It is Demetrius Davis under center. Dylan Creech, the fullback, in there. It's going to be Stewart. He's going to lay one out all the way down the field. It's going to be caught by Johnson at the 50-yard line. 40 yards in the air. They took the top off the defense. One play, 50 yards, and they're in Wildcat territory at the 43-yard line, and that's exactly what you said. The pass game is what it's going to be.
Yeah, he ran a slant pattern. He was open by the time he left the line of scrimmage. He was open 40 yards down the field.
He was one-on-one with Omari Hill Robinson, and Robinson just could not stay with him. 1st and 10. Now on the Wildcat side of the field, Creech cuts it back up through the middle of the field.
What we got to do right now.
That's Marcus Harris on the carry. That's 5, gains 5 up to the 38.
We got to match their energy. They came out with energy. We got to match that right now. We can't let them score here.
Harris still in at running back. And as I maybe predicted, Damon Stewart is in at quarterback, and he's in the gun now for Alabama State. The big guy, Marcus Harris. He's going to hand it off to Harris. No, he's going to throw. Slant pattern middle. Caught by Johnson. Gets a block 20. 15, 10, 5. Pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. We'll see where they spot it at the 6-yard line. That was... I'm trying to see who caught that ball. It was not Johnson.
Can't
it
see
was
the numbers.
Isaiah Scott.
Yeah, slant pattern again.
The senior from Linden, Alabama, transfer from Faulkner University. First down and goal. They spot the ball at the 2-yard line. Handoff, bouncing right side, diving in. Touchdown, Alabama State. That's Marcus Harris. And just like that, the Hornets are on top.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it. The passing game coming out in the second half, they're going to have to throw the football because we were stifling the run game. The crossing routes, guys running in the secondary free. And we see it right here. They score a touchdown.
On to attempt the extra point is Jaden John, the freshman from Miami Central High School, the former Rocket. Kicking into the wind, but this is a field goal attempt. Poor snap, and it's blocked. The Wildcats blocked the kick. So a bit of fortune as it's
9-7.
9-7 with 13-14 to go in the third quarter, but Alabama State strikes on offense. We knew they were going to come out with some fight. The defense didn't respond, and now the Wildcats will go back on offense when we come back, needing to respond here, down 9-7, 13-14 to go in the third quarter.
The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is changing, and you need to know about it. Here are 5 quick facts that may affect your money for college in 2024. 1. The FAFSA will open in December of 2023, so be ready. The FAFSA will no longer open on October 1st. 2. The application is shorter and more user-friendly with approximately a dozen questions. 3. Expected family contribution, EFC, is changing to the Student Aid Index, SAI, allowing more of a student's or family income to be excluded from the calculation, so you may receive more financial support. 4. The new FAFSA will no longer offer a discount for multiple children in college at the same time, so your financial aid calculations could be impacted. 5. In the cases of divorce or separation, the parent who provided the most support in 2022 is required to complete the FAFSA. This is typically the parent who claims the student on their taxes. For more information, please visit the Department of Education, Knowledge Center at fsapartners.ed.gov/knowledge-center.
It's an NFL doubleheader on Sports USA. And first, we're in the Motor City as Sanders, Thielen, and the Carolina Panthers go to battle with the Detroit Lions led by Goff, St. Brown, and the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. Then, it's off to Mile High as Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and the New York Jets fly into Denver to face Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, and the Denver Broncos. It's the Panthers at the Lions, then the Jets at the Broncos. Next Sunday on Sports USA.
The doubleheader starts at 1 p.m. Sunday on WELE 1380 The Cat.
Welcome back to ASU Stadium. The Alabama State Hornets take a 9-7 lead after a scoring drive that lasted 4 plays, went 90 yards in just a minute and 38 seconds as Damon Stewart opens up the offense with the passing game and connects to Keyshawn Johnson and Isaiah Scott for 2 massive gains. And then the ball is punched in at the 2-yard line by Marcus Harris. The extra point was blocked, which means that a field goal will give BCU the lead. And again, we got to go now because we got the wind at our back if we want to do anything significant in the kicking game.
We talked about growth. We talked about this young ball club. Now there's a chance to see them grow again. Answer this with a score.
Wildcats gonna have to do something on offense, right? The first
Gotta
quarter
do something on
was
offense.
great. We ran the ball. We were able to move the ball down the field with the legs of Simmons, with the legs of Robinson. But then they brought that third linebacker into the middle. They started playing a 4-2-5. They've gone to a 4-4 and taken a corner out or taken a safety out. But that allowed them to be very efficient stopping the run game, and they're really blitzing hard off the edges.
Yeah, they're going to bring pressure now, knowing that we may have to throw the football to move it down the field. So their scheme now plays into their hands, and they can bring pressure.
Jaden John getting set to kick off for Alabama State at the 35-yard line. Kicking into the wind, back deep to receive is Dakari Allen Johnson and Darnell Dees. They stand to the 10 and 5-yard lines, respectively. 13-14 to go in the third quarter after a quick strike by Alabama State. Let's see how the Wildcats respond. Johns kicks the ball Arcing far side, caught at the 15-yard line by Dakari Allen Johnson. Looking for blockers, 25, slips away 30, 35, and he's dragged down from behind near the 45-yard line. Another great return by Dakari Allen Johnson.
The little man on a return brings it up near midfield. Second great return by DJ.
The Wildcats will have the ball at their own 44-yard line, I think is where they spotted it. We will see. There's been some strange spots in this game, and you kind of think maybe a couple yards here or there.
This is a huge series
43,
for us.
yeah, they spotted the 43. Huge series for Bethune-Cookman, trailing for the second time in this game. They were down 3-0, and now they're down 9-7. Jimmy Robinson in there at running back. Walter Simmons, the quarterback. 3 receivers, right single, left, ball spotted, left hash. Snap from Loving to Simmons. Hand off Jimmy Robinson. Nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go as the defensive line for Alabama State has stepped up.
Yeah, they're jacked up now. They're coming. They're going to play tough defense right now. They got a lead. They're one of the top defenses in the SWAC. So now, like I said, we're playing right into their hands. They want to blitz.
Kelvin Stokes, who went down with an injury in the first half, has come back, and he made that tackle, the nose tackle for Alabama State.
No
Second
gain.
down and 10 from the 43-yard line. No gain on the play. 3 down linemen for Alabama State, 3 linebackers.
Come to blitz.
Simmons takes the snap, throws down the field, and overthrows the intended receiver, Jalen Terzado, and incomplete 3rd down and 10. Took a big shot there and just airmailed it.
Yeah, the home run down the sideline to a kid from Western Carolina, but it's 3rd and long now.
But you don't need to do that.
No.
Take slants,
Take
take
the slant
screens,
pattern.
and chip away at this on 1st and 2nd down, so you don't have to commit 3rd and 10 here. And plays. The sparse crowd here at ASU Stadium gets loud. 3rd and 10. Snap to Simmons. They bring the house. He throws it down the numbers and overthrows it again. He was looking for Tink Boyd and threw it way over his head. 4th down, a 3 and out for the Wildcats. And here comes the memories of the earlier games this season, the Memphis and the Miami, and at times against Jackson State as well, where the Wildcats just could not move the ball.
Yeah, we've fallen into a pattern right here in the beginning of the 3rd quarter. We're going 3 and out. We got to make sure that we get the 1st down and get the short yardage when we need it.
Begin back deep to return this Max Tulin punt. Stands at his own 30-yard line as Tulin. 4th and 10, 12-15 to go 3rd quarter. Wildcats go 3 and out for only the 2nd time in the ball game. It's a booming punt. Backs up McGinn to the 8-yard line. No fair catch. Runs left side. He's going to be corralled. Gets a great block, though. Stays in bounds. Flag flies. Pushed out at the 25-yard line. 2 flags are down.
You're going to get a blindside block here
And a
at the
holding.
10 and a holding. You're going to back him up inside the 5. We got to hold him there.
Malik Stinnett, the linebacker, was blindsided. He was looking to corral him back at the 8-yard line, and he just got laid out.
Yeah, they moved the flag to the 10-yard line, so they're going to back him up inside the 5.
Last time they started at the 10-yard line and went 90 yards for a score in 4 plays. The Wildcats defense got to step up right here. And I think they really committed heavily to stopping the run, because if your opponent's backed up to their own end zone, you're thinking, oh, they're going to run, they're going to try and, inch out and maybe get some field position. They just went first play, quick strike down the middle, and we weren't ready for it.
And they're giving Keyshawn Johnson too much room. This is not the Keyshawn Johnson from the New York Jets. This is the Keyshawn Johnson from Alabama State. Even though he's one of the top receivers, can't give him that much room.
No, and he had a 50-yard reception first play from scrimmage in the last drive. The last time they started at the 10. This time they will start at the... Where are they putting the ball? At the 5.
Let's see how they play this out. Let's see if they come out passing again or they try to run it.
Well, let's see which quarterback is in the game. It is the passer, Damon Stewart. He's got those bright pink shoes.
He's got the hot hand.
Jawan Howell is in there at running back. 2 receivers left at the numbers, single right at the hash marks. 4 down linemen for Bethune-Cookman. They will run the ball up the middle to the 8-yard line, pick up a 3 yards. Nice stop right there by Conroy Cunningham, first man to the ball. Yaris Thomas in there as well.
Big hole that time. Conroy came in and shut it down.
Yeah, the offensive line for Alabama State has been doing a great job in the second half at, yes, getting holes to run, but also pass blocking for Damon Stewart.
We're matching substitutions with him now.
Yeah, every play it seems like Alabama State is substituting. 2nd down and 7 now from the 8-yard line. Man in motion left to right, that's Scott. They'll pitch it that way. Throw back. It's going to be a double pass in the end zone. Stewart across the middle, complete at the 20-yard line. That's Keyshawn Johnson again. And Shelton Quarles drags him down all the way at the 35-yard line. A little bit of trickery for Alabama State, and it works wonders when they get out of the shadow of their own end zone again.
You run trickery into your end zone and get the first down. Wow.
All the way to the 34-yard line. Big pickup. 1st and 10, they go fast. It's a quarterback keep around the right side. Big hole, tripped up. As for an 8-yard run at the 42-yard line for Damon Stewart. Not really known as a rusher, only 11 carries on the season.
Got to come out. His helmet came off.
Yeah. Well, that just means you bring Demetrius Davis in there and pound the ball up the middle. 8 on the play, a gain of 8 on 1st down.
They're opening up their playbook now.
Second down and 2 for Alabama State from their own 42-yard line. 3 down linemen for Bethune-Cookman. They picked up the tempo massively. They fake the jet sweep right up the middle. Gain of 4, 1st down for Demetrius Davis on the quarterback keeper to the 46-yard line.
They started the 3rd quarter with a great drive from the 10-yard line. They're doing it again right now from the 5.
Damon Stewart is back in at quarterback after sitting out one play after his helmet came off. And the one thing that the Hornets are doing way better than they did in the first half, they're killing us with tempo. They're going so fast. They're already lined up to snap the ball again. 9:53 to go, 3rd quarter. 9-7 Hornets.
Need a turnover right here. Big play defense.
Play action. Stewart throws it as he's being hit and throws it out of bounds. That's good quarterbacking play. Ebenezer Dubula made the hit, and then De'Aris Thomas gets into it with an offensive lineman, and Dubula pulls him off.
That shows the class and the headiness of Dubula to pull him out. We need De'Aris in the ball game. You know.
Now Wildcats dialed up a little bit of pressure there from the linebacker spot, and Damon Stewart just threw that ball away. 2nd and 10. And that's when the Wildcats defense is at their best, when they're trying to rush the passer.
When we mixing it up on the front line, we doing some twists up in there. Kind of confuse the offensive lineman.
Once again, the wind whipping left to right here.
On the blitz right now.
Davis back in at quarterback, fakes the handoff. He's under pressure immediately, rolls to his right, back at the 24, throws it down the sideline, caught at the 50-yard line, close to a 1st down inside BCU territory at the 45, maybe a yard short.
Yeah, they flushed him out of the pocket, and he scrambled.
Nope, 1st down to spot the ball at the 44.
Yeah. They flushed him out of the pocket. The back just sat right there in the flats, and he hit him before he got out of bounds. Alabama State with all the momentum right now here in the 3rd quarter.
And they are driving to try and maintain this or increase this 9-7 lead. That was Scott. Handoff up the middle. This time the Wildcats push Jawan Howell back, only a 1-yard gain. Nice tackle by Conroy Cunningham.
The trick play down in the back in the end zone is the play of this drive.
Yeah, we were about to get out, and then they pulled the double pass back to the quarterback to hit his receiver down the middle for 30 yards. Demetrius Davis back in at quarterback for Alabama State.
Who's on the slot guy? Okay.
Now Darnell Dees moves over, but he's playing huge cushion. Fake the handoff. Davis throws right in the middle down the numbers. It's caught at the 20-yard line in stride. Asa Gregg, the freshman from White Plains, Maryland, makes the catch. And it's 1st down and 10 for Alabama State into the red zone.
You got guys running free in the secondary right behind the linebackers. Got a great hit on him, but he caught the football. 1st down at the 20.
1st and 10 for Alabama State from the 20-yard line. Davis under center. Marcus Harris, the running back. He's going to get the ball, and there's nowhere for Harris to go. He's going to be driven backwards.
He'll lose a yard.
They'll say he got back to the original line of scrimmage. But again, when they're running the ball, the Wildcats are doing a good job of getting in there. Amari Jones, first man to him to make the stop.
Somebody has to make a play right here.
Yeah, when they run the ball, the Wildcats are doing a good job. When they're throwing the ball, we look all out of sorts in the secondary. They did say they lost a yard, second out of 11 from the 21. It's a Wildcat, direct snap, reverse. It's going to be the quarterback who lined up as a wide receiver, throws the ball into the end zone. It is incomplete. It was in triple coverage. The ball found the hands of Keyshawn Johnson, but he was ushered out of bounds before he could make the catch.
Second trick play of the drive, a double reverse pass.
It was a Wildcat. The Jawan Howell took the snap, handed it off on a jet sweep. They flipped it back to Damon Stewart, the quarterback, who had lined up as a wide receiver, and he threw it into the end zone, and the Wildcats just don't know which way to look right now.
Keyshawn Johnson caught it, but it was out of bounds.
It was out of the back of the end zone, ushered out by Josh Thornhill, the safety. Now it's third down and 11.
Too much cushion.
From the 21-yard line. Stewart, snap, time. Now pressure comes. He throws wide open, corner of the end zone, back shoulder catch, touchdown Isaiah Scott. Touchdown Alabama State. He just had a second too long to throw the ball.
That back out of the backfield, wide open and on a wheel route, in for the touchdown.
And the Hornets, from down 7-3, have just roared ahead. It's now 15, and maybe they'll go for two here to try and
they're bringing the kicker out.
Jaden John on to attempt the point after. Hasn't missed a point after this season, 6 of 6 on the year. And with the Wildcats now have been unable to move the ball, looking all Bama State right now. Kick up, kick good. And your score with 7:06 to go in the third quarter, it's Alabama State 16, Bethune-Cookman 7. We were feeling really good at halftime. We're not feeling so good right now.
Well, you talked about it first in the pregame, how against Jackson State we led at the half. Defense held them, but the offense couldn't get going, and that's what happened right here. The defense has been on the field, stop after stop after stop. Now we need the offense to put some points on the board, and we can't do it, and the defense now gave up some big yardage.
We'll take a break and be right back. 16-7, Hornets over Wildcats here on the CatEye Network.
Let's go. It's Homecoming 2023, October 9th through the 14th. Wildcats, head over to BCUHomecomingCentral.com and check out everything that's going on for this year's epic homecoming celebration. Alumni, students, and Bethune-Cookman University fans. Don't miss the kickoff bash, the family reunion, concerts, parties, the parade, and the pep rally, step show, and the game against Texas Southern, and more. Wildcats, the countdown is on. Get the details at BCUHomecomingCentral.com.
Gladys Knight, 7-time Grammy winner. The enchanting voice of Gladys Knight.
Someone to watch over.
One impressive hit after another. Gladys Knight, Friday, January 26th, Peabody Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Nike is the official outfitter of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Gear up on the newest BCU Nike gear at Nike.com/Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Make sure you are representing Bethune-Cookman University Athletics to the fullest. Buy the latest BCU gear online, the Bethune-Cookman online store. Go to BCUathletics.com and click on shop and find the newest BCU clothing and apparel. That's BCUathletics.com and click on shop. Alabama State scored that touchdown in 11 plays, covering 95 yards in 4 minutes and 56 seconds of clock time. And Isaiah Scott touchdown pass of 21 yards from Stewart on third down and 10. And that's 2 drives that have gone into the end zone that have started on their own 10 and their own 5. And Alabama State has just used that to break the spirit of Bethune-Cookman here in this third quarter.
And we were bragging on the defense, and I think they're kind of been on the field a little bit too long now. And the secondary is where we really have to do some shoring up.
Wildcats have punted both of their possessions here in this third quarter. 2 3-and-outs for BCU. Johns get set to kick the ball back to Bethune-Cookman. They had decent field position after a Dakari Allen Johnson return.
They won't kick it to him this time, I bet.
Couldn't do anything to him. You know,
Kick it to D's.
He's on the right. It's actually Jimmy Robinson on the left. D's not out there.
Okay.
7:06 to go, third quarter.
See, Coach DJ told him to switch sides. They switching.
Yeah, maybe they'll confuse Jaden John, the kicker. John kicks it low over the middle. It's going to bounce through the back of the end zone. That's the second time they've done that low-driven ball that just has no chance to be returned. The Wildcats will start at the 25.
They're going to make us drive 80 yards, and we have not been able to sustain but one drive
in the
that
whole
long.
game.
Yeah.
The one scoring drive for Bethune-Cookman was back in the first quarter. They went 8 plays, 49 yards in 2 minutes, 56 seconds and scored a touchdown, and we really haven't had anything on offense since then. After that, turnover on downs, punt, turnover on downs, and end of the first half.
And the shadows are creeped in here at
the shadows from
Alabama
the
State
tall
Stadium.
stand where we're at the top of about halfway across the field right now. From their own 25, one man in motion. Simmons keeps left side, 25-30, gets a block from Boyd on the outside, first down. Simmons took a big hit. He's going to get up a little bit gingerly, but he does get an 11-yard first down run for Walter Simmons.
See, that's what happened in the first quarter when we allowed him to use his legs. He gained some confidence, and they loosened up the linebacker play.
They'll go quickly, 2 by 2. The receivers stacked up with the numbers. It's going to be a screen to the left side. Dakari Allen Johnson gets a block from Boyd, ushered out of bounds after a gain of 3. And actually, they only say he got 2 up to the 39.
Carr got to cut that thing back across the grain. He went out of bounds. He cuts back inside. He could pick up another block from the receiver. He could have picked up the first down. We got a flag on the play.
We do have a flag, and I don't know. It's on the near side. That play went to the far side.
Maybe it's something happened on this side with the defensive back and the receiver because
I have no. I mean, I wasn't looking that way. Obviously,
the flag's way over here by the
all 3 out of the 4 officials are convening at the 40-yard line to try and figure out what this is. Now all 4 officials are there.
Are they gonna wave it off? Illegal man downfield on them.
Sportsmanlike conduct on both teams.
Okay. Both guys probably swinging at each other.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on both teams. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. The play will stand.
Okay. Keeps our penalties down to 0 still, too.
Nah. I count that as a penalty. I'm sure Coach does, too. 2nd down and 8 from the 38. One man in motion. Handoff. Robinson up the middle. Tries to skip through. Nowhere to go. Dives to the 42-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Now you throw the slant pattern. The same pattern they're throwing against us. You throw it to Dakari. Or is Ellerton in the ball game? I haven't seen him make a catch all day.
No, I don't think he's in. 3rd down and 5. They spotted at the 42-yard line.
They're walking up on the receivers.
2 by 2, the receivers.
They're going to pressure them and blitz.
2 linebackers in the middle of the field. They've gone back to a 3-2-6 look on defense.
Back out the backfield. Be wide
Simmons takes the snap. 3-man rush. Looking, nowhere to go. Escapes out the back door to his left. And he lost the ball. He dives back on it. No, the ball's still loose. Alabama State has it at the BCU 35. And the Wildcats, who have turned the ball over 7 times this season, 5 of those fumbles.
No, they gave it back to us.
They gave it back to us. But again, it's now 4th down and long, and we're punting again after another 3. Well, it wasn't a 3-and-out because we got a first down in the first play, but it feels like a 3-and-out because we didn't take any time off the clock. We didn't even get to the enemy territory.
If he runs there, he could probably pick up the first down, but he tried to stretch that play out, and he fumbled the football. He just go ahead and run it. He picks up the first down.
Oh, the ball goes way over Tulin's head on the snap, all the way back to the 5. The punt is away. It's skipping along the ground.
What?
It's going to stay in play on the left sideline to the 50. It's going to go down as a 12, 13-yard punt, but oh my goodness, we got away with one right there. The ball went way over Max Tulin's head. He kicked the ball at the 5-yard line, and it made it all the way out to the 46 of Alabama State.
What's going on there?
The Wildcats don't know which way is up right now. Offense, defense, special teams, they've just been fooled in every state of the game in this third quarter.
DJ is out again talking to the line judge about something on the field. And it's going to be first down for the
Hornets.
Yep. Almost at midfield.
Yep, 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Damon Stewart, the passing quarterback in there, in the gun. Marcus Harris behind him. 2 receivers right, single left. 3 down linemen for Bethune-Cookman.
This third quarter's been a nightmare.
Man in motion left to right. They throw the screen to the left side. It's going to be a double pass down. The numbers incomplete.
They're trying everything.
Isaiah Scott, the wide receiver, threw the ball down the numbers trying to get it to Keyshawn Johnson. He underthrew it.
The third trick play of the afternoon.
And that's the first one that hasn't worked. The other 2 have been big, big plays. 2nd down and 10 now. They're just throwing the playbook at the wall, and everything pretty much is sticking.
We can just weather the storm right here.
Stewart, once again in the gun. 2 receivers to the far side. That's the short side of the field. Ball in the right hash. 5:01 to go third quarter. 16-7. The Hornets lead the Wildcats. Same exact play. Scott in motion. They throw the screen to Scott left side, and he's going to be ankle tackled after a gain of 2. Nice job by Jabari Jowden to keep hold of him.
Here's the big play, 3rd down. You want to get them off the field. They have the momentum here in the second half.
That was Steven Spare, that made the tackle.
And the passing game has been working for them.
3rd down and 7 after the gain of 3. Ball once again right hash. Big substitution. The big guy, Harris, comes out. The shorter back, Jalen Sultan, comes in.
Watch the wheel route.
3 receivers left in the bunch formation. Johnson all the way to the far side on the numbers. Play action. Stewart back to pass, pressured immediately. Rolls out to his left. Still being chased 35-40, and he throws it incomplete out of bounds. The Wildcats will get a stop.
Pass rush that time. Sparrow.
Walls. And Thomas.
All 3 the law firm of Sparrow, Walls, and Thomas.
I'm going to tell them you said that. Got back there, forced him to roll all the way out. He rolled all the way out from the far side hash to the near side numbers and eventually just threw it away.
That was a great defensive play that time. They were really coming. They really needed that stop to stop the bleeding.
Tink Boyd back to return the punt at the 10-yard line. It's going to be Harrison Tuck punting from his own 35. Punting into the wind here, 4:12 to go third quarter.
Watch the fake.
Tuck steps into it, kicks it with the left foot. It's a high spiral, bouncing to the 5, and it's going to be down to the 2-yard line. Great punt from Tuck. It just kicked right back. It looked like it was going to roll into the end zone, and as all those great Australian punters can do, kick that ball and the rotation and cook it right back to the 2-yard line. So we'll take a break and be right back. Wildcats 98 yards from pay dirt and down big. When we come back, it's 16-7 here on the CatEye Network.
When you were a kid, your football fantasy was throwing a winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Now, as an adult, you play fantasy football and draft players onto a team that exists nowhere but a spreadsheet on your computer. Times have changed, but one thing hasn't. The NFL is covered right here.
Sunday afternoon football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, and Thursday night football. Hear it here on WELE 1380 The Cat. Streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
Gladys Knight, 7-time Grammy winner. The enchanting voice of Gladys Knight.
Someone to watch over.
One impressive hit after another. Gladys Knight, Friday, January 26th, Peabody Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Michael Torello, Daryl Natil here at Alabama State Stadium. The Hornets with a 16-7 lead over Bethune-Cookman. The Wildcats will start at their own 2-yard line after a terrific punt by Harrison Tuck. Come be a part of BCU Athletics and support the CatEye Network. If you or your business is interested in partnering with us here on the CatEye Network, you can reach out to the Wildcats Athletic Communications Department at bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. That's bcusportsinfo@cookman.edu. And you can stay up to date with everything Bethune-Cookman Athletics by checking out the Wildcats on social media. Give BCU Athletics a like on Facebook and follow the Wildcats on Twitter and Instagram at BCU_athletics. For the latest on BCU football, follow at BCU Gridiron on Twitter and Instagram. And we were talking during the break, and you said you may have saw something that might swing the momentum back in our favor here.
Yeah, on that last series for the Alabama State Hornets, the pass that was the trick play pass that was incomplete, called it 3rd and long. They were driving the football. That play stagnated the series. Now they punted it to us. Where do you find the momentum? Where do you find the confidence right now at your own 2-yard line?
Well, where do you find anything on offense? The Wildcats have been stagnant ever since the first quarter, and they've now been punished for that stagnation by being down by 2 scores. Wildcats will set up at their own 2-yard line. Remember, took a safety against Jackson State 2 weeks ago, the last game, to open up the game's scoring. We're just waiting for the replay or timeout coordinator to get off the field. He is now. The Wildcats ball at the 2-yard line, going left to right. 4:02 to go, third quarter. Simmons in the gun, standing on the tee of the Bama State word mark in the end zone. Hands to Jimmy Robinson, running left to the 4-yard line. Gain of 2, second down and 8.
Jimmy's giving us those tough yards this afternoon. He's over 70-something yards on the afternoon. Let's continue to pound it, get out of this third quarter. We only down a few points. This is a 2-score game, but a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, we can be tied.
So it's technically a 1-score game.
1-score game. We hanging around. Now we're hanging around.
Well, we got to go from hanging around to competitive. Second down and 8 from the 4. Hard count, Simmons. Takes the snap, handoff. Robinson running left, tripped up at the 4, no gain.
Can't go wide on this team. They have excellent linebackers. You got to hit them in between the tackles.
Grant DeGraffenreid, the sophomore from Chandler, Arizona, made the tackle for Alabama State, and it's 3rd down and 8. Now you got to throw.
Oh, boy. Here comes Davino Ellington into the game.
Haven't seen him really do much of anything today, Davino. We expected a big season out of him, but only 12 receptions in the first 4 games.
He's playing. They got man-to-man with him up top.
Man-to-man with him and with Boyd on this near side.
And the safety's cheating way over here.
3rd and 8 from the Wildcats' own 4-yard line. Simmons changes the play at the line.
Quarterback keeper.
2:44 to go in the quarter. Hard count trying to get it off. Sides call. Won't come. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Now he's going to escape out the back door. Gets to the 5. Gets to the 10. Looking to the one left side. 15. Scampered out of bounds. Close to a first down. He will pick it up at the 21-yard line.
I called it. Quarterback keeper. I saw the linebackers bailing out for the pass play. He escaped some pressure in the end zone. Picked up the first down. Good play that time by Walter Simmons.
Yeah, I mean, he is at his best when he's running the football. How did you know what I was going to say? Maybe because I've said it before a couple million times.
I think we're a radio team.
They spot the ball at the 17-yard line. Handoff, Robinson trying to squirt through the left hole. Won't get anywhere. Back to the original line of scrimmage for Alabama. Gained 1 yard up to the 18. 2nd and 9.
Hit him with a quick slant now. Hit them with something they're not expecting.
Yeah, they really
letting them to sleep.
They really have shut Robinson down here in this second half.
And Davino hasn't touched the football yet.
2nd and 9 from the 18. 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers close to the line. Now they bring a 3rd linebacker into the box. Looking to blitz. Simmons changes the play. Takes the snap. Here comes the all-out blitz. Simmons goes down. Back at the 13-yard line. He just he stared the blitz right down and then just stood there as they ran him down.
That's the All-American linebacker in for the tackle.
Colton Adams.
Colton Adams, man, he's a stud.
He's only a redshirt sophomore. I wouldn't be surprised if he transfers to a big program.
He could play anywhere.
Anywhere. And now it's 3rd down and 14. 3rd and 8. We had Simmons heroics to keep the drive alive. Now 3rd and 14. What are we going to see? 3 receivers left, single right, and a false start.
Well,
And
first penalty.
The Wildcats are losing their composure, and it's going to be 3rd and 18. First penalty of the game for Bethune-Cookman that wasn't offsetting.
And, you know, Coach was asked about them being least penalized, but he said that the penalties we are getting happen at the wrong time. We're getting those penalties that's not many penalties, but when we get them, it hurts.
Sun beginning to slip beneath the tall south end here. The shadows are creeping 3/4 of the way across the stadium. 3rd down and 18. Simmons looking down the numbers. It is a leaping catch by DeVino Ellington. It's incomplete. They say he couldn't hang on through contact. 4th down and 18. It was. I don't think
that was Dakari, wasn't it?
No, it was DeVino, but I don't think he would have had the first down anyway. It was close to the 25 and needed to get near the 30 for a first down. So now we're going to punt again.
19 seconds left in this quarter.
But
One
now,
score game, man.
I think we're better off punting now and trying to pin them deep with the wind at our backs rather than trying to hold the ball and go into the 4th quarter and then punt with the wind against us early in the 4th quarter.
Right.
Max Tulin, who almost gave up a touchdown when the ball went over his head on his last punt, recovered and got the ball away. This time the snap is low. Tulin gets the punt away. It's going to be caught right at midfield by McGinn. Escapes 40, 35, running left to right, slips through a zone, 20, and they'll start. The ball comes out. The ball comes out, and the Wildcats have it. The Wildcats have it at the 21-yard line.
Let's see what they say.
No, they say he was down before the ball came out.
Went out of bounds. He went out of bounds.
So the Hornets are going to get away with one and start from the Wildcats 21 with 4 seconds left in the 3rd.
That was a great return because he faked like he called a fair catch. He just stood still and let the Wildcats run past him. He bounced to the outside, turned upfield. Let's see the replay. He fumbled it, and let's see if he went out of bounds.
We don't get a good angle from the
We
scoreboard
recovered it
here.
out of bounds. Yeah, we recovered it, but it was out of bounds. Another foot there, we would have had a turnover.
Robert McGinn, 6 punt returns, 50 yards. 3 kick returns, 65 yards, averaging 21 yards per return. Last season, 2 touchdowns on 21 punt returns in 2021.
What do they call him? Why is everybody staying on that side of the field? Let's see what they call.
Looks like the defense for Alabama State out there. No, it's the offense. And it's not a TV timeout. I'm pretty sure he just said the ball went out of bounds.
Okay, he fumbled it out of bounds. Okay.
Yeah, so first down and 10 for Alabama State.
But they got to mark it where he fumbled it at. The ball rolled forward. So wherever he fumbled, they got to bring it back to that area. They can't fumble it forward.
Well, they gave him they give the Wildcats 2 yards from the 21 to the 23. So the first down and 10 for Alabama State.
4 seconds in the quarter.
This has been
a tough quarter for us.
A tough quarter.
So we're hanging around.
16-7. And first down and 10 for Alabama State from the Wildcats 23. It is Demetrius Davis in under center at quarterback. The running back, Jalen Sutton. It's going to be a screen pass left to Scott. Looking for a block. Cuts inside of the 20. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. He's drilled out of bounds with a people's elbow-esque wrestling move by Iverson Clement. No flag.
They got a flag on us now. We got a flag on one of our guys on their sideline.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
You had the guy tackle out of bounds. A couple of their players came over and chirped at him, and he gets a penalty.
We'll see what they call. But after a play that had
Terry Sims is down there woofing at one of the Wildcats. That's Terry Sims down there woofing at the Bethune-Cookman players.
Former Wildcat head coach. Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. We go to the 4th, and Wildcats a lot of ground to make up and have to make a big defensive stand. It'll probably be 1st and goal for Alabama State when we come back. This is BCU football on the CatEye Network.
It's an NFL doubleheader on Sports USA. And first, we're in the Motor City as Sanders, Thielen, and the Carolina Panthers go to battle with the Detroit Lions led by Goff, St. Brown, and the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. Then, it's off to Mile High as Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and the New York Jets fly into Denver to face Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, and the Denver Broncos. It's the Panthers at the Lions, then the Jets at the Broncos. Next Sunday on Sports USA.
The doubleheader starts at 1 p.m. Sunday on WELE 1380 The Cat.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
Dude, you're buzzed.
You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is changing, and you need to know about it. Here are 5 quick facts that may affect your money for college in 2024. 1. The FAFSA will open in December of 2023, so be ready. The FAFSA will no longer open on October 1st. 2. The application is shorter and more user-friendly, with approximately a dozen questions. 3. Expected family contribution, EFC, is changing to the Student Aid Index, SAI, allowing more of a student's or family income to be excluded from the calculation, so you may receive more financial support. 4. The new FAFSA will no longer offer a discount for multiple children in college at the same time, so your financial aid calculations could be impacted. 5. In the cases of divorce or separation, the parent who provided
We go to the fourth quarter here from ASU Stadium. Alabama State, after the Bethune-Cookman unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, will have first down and goal from the 9-yard line. Now attacking the end zone to listeners' right. 15 minutes on the clock, 16-7 the score, ASU over BCU. Demetrius Davis under center, takes the snap, handoff up the middle. A crowd of gold jerseys stops him for a gain of 2 down to the 7. Marcus Harris on the carry.
And Terry Sims still going off on the sideline for Alabama State. He wants this game, I guess.
Oh, he really wants it. And Ryan Davis and Aurelius Dunn and everybody that formerly was a Bethune-Cookman Wildcat really wants this game here at Bama State. They got to bring in Damon Stewart at quarterback, second down and goal from the 7. 3 receivers bunched to the near side right. Single receiver, that's Keyshawn Johnson to the left. Jalen Sultan, the running back.
Pass.
They're going to throw it into one-on-one coverage, and it's batted away by Omari Hill-Robinson, who are trying to get Keyshawn Johnson on that fade route, incomplete.
That's the all-swipe defender right now. They tried him, and he just batted it away.
Now, I'd love to see him step in front of that, pick it off, but I guess in that scenario, you're hand fighting.
Yeah.
You just got to bat the ball down. Third down and goal from the 7.
Big play right here.
If we can hold them to 3, this would be huge. They bring in the big boys. That's number 81, Jalen Jones, in the block. Shotgun look for Damon Stewart. Receiver in motion. Stewart to throw. Pressure at his face. Throws to the end zone. It's knocked away and incomplete. What a great play by Shelton Quarles.
Yeah, Shelton Quarles there, and Jabari Devon was also there too. Jabon, he was there. He's going to force the field goal. Great defensive stand for the Cats.
Shelton Quarles just leaped up and batted that ball out of the air over the middle of the field. And once again, Eddie Walls was causing havoc in the backfield and forcing Stewart to scramble to his left.
These Cats, man, not giving up, man. They're still playing hard, even though we're down.
Especially on defense. They will fight every second. So here is a chip shot field goal from the exact same spot that Jaden John made to open the scoring back in the first quarter. This will be a 24-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick is up. The kick is good. And with 14 minutes to go in the ball game, it's now 19-7. Still a 2-score game, but now the offense has got to go, and the offense has not been really doing anything ever since the first quarter. I'll read you some stats here. In the first quarter, if I can find it, in the first quarter. Where's total yards? First quarter, the Wildcats had 76 total yards. They had 21 in the second and 23 in the third. Only 2 first downs in the third, 1 first down in the second quarter. And really, 49 of those 76 yards were on that 1 touchdown drive.
Got to create some offense some kind of way. I don't know if you go to the freshman, and you don't go to the freshman. But just another look could give us a spark, man.
Advertised with Wildcat Nation, BCU Athletics is offering sponsorship opportunities across the CatEye Network. For more information, you can reach out to Bethune-Cookman Athletic Communications Department at BCU Sports Info at cookman.edu. That's BCU Sports Info. That's cookman.edu. And your business could be on air with the Wildcats. Well, next week the Wildcats return home. It's homecoming against Texas Southern. Then they're in Jacksonville the week after against Southern. And then their final final road game of the season at Grambling State on the 28th of October. That's their next 3 games. Next up for Alabama State, they are at Jackson State. Then they have a bye. Then their 2 neutral site games, the Magic City Classic in Birmingham against Alabama A&M, and the Port City Classic against Grambling State in Mobile. That's their next 3.
Yeah, they got a tough way to go coming up, and we have a tough way to go coming up too.
There's no easy games in this conference. No. None at all.
Every week it's a knockdown, drag-out fight.
Speaking of the SWAC, here's some updated scores. Halftime, Grambling State 14, Alcorn State 13. Jackson State all over Alabama A&M 28-7. That game is just about at halftime. Once again, later tonight, we've got Mississippi Valley at Prairie View and Florida A&M at Southern. Those are both 6 Central, 7 Eastern kicks.
So what do you do, Coach? What do you dial up? What do you dial up? You dial long distance? Or are you charge it on your charge card?
I'm young enough that I don't really understand that reference. I kind of understand it, but not really. I think you got to go with quick passes, slants, screens, get the ball in space, try and do something to avoid this pass rush. You cannot let Walter Simmons sit in the pocket, because he's just going to be run down for sacks over and over and over again. The Hornets have 5 sacks on the game, and it's all because they're trying to get these long passes down the numbers and down the middle that take too long to develop, and the offensive line can't hold back when they're rushing 8-9 guys.
Okay. The analogy is you swipe that card. You got to put $5 here, $10 there, $15 here. That's short, nickel and dime it. Move down the field. Open up some running lanes so you can pass the football.
Bethune-Cookman and putting another wrinkle in this, they're going into the wind here in this fourth quarter, making passing more difficult, making kicking extremely difficult.
That wind is really whipping. That flag standing straight out.
And if we ever have to punt in this fourth quarter, I mean, Anthony Frederick had 1 punt. They went for about 12 yards, and then Max Tulin came into the game after that. And I wonder if Frederick may have gotten hurt on that first punt of the game.
Yeah. Could have pulled a hamstring or something.
Jalen John set to kick it off left to right. You got
3 guys standing in one spot, so they don't know who to kick it to.
It's Dakari Allen Johnson and Darnell Dees back there. Now Dees goes to the left, DAJ to the right. They kick it toward Dees. It's going to be with the wind out of the back of the end zone, and the Wildcats will start at the 25. But did you expect anything else with the wind at the back of the kicker?
No, I didn't. I didn't expect them to kick it to D's either, because Coach Sims, like everybody knows what D's can do.
Well, if there's anybody that knows, it's Coach Sims, because man, oh man, Darnell Dees can fly if he gets some space. And fortunately, he hasn't been able to, because nobody's kicking it to him. The scouting is so good these days. Every team that plays us knows, don't kick it to number 5, he'll make you pay for it. D's on the season, just 2 returns, 52 yards, 26 yards per return, nothing to shake at, but he's only been kicked at twice. First down and 10 for Bethune-Cookman, right in front of our commentary position, going right to left. Ball far hash of the 25-yard line, 14 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And the Wildcats are down 19-7. Simmons with Robinson side cart left. Takes the snap, looks to pass, sits in the pocket. Now pressure comes, has to roll to his right and throws the ball way into the Wildcat bench. 2nd and 10. Again, he's
That's
sitting
not-
in the pocket.
That's not his strength. Because he set 3 times. He got quick feet. He set and he moved again. If he comes, get back there, set, and throw.
But we're not dialing up passing routes that take advantage of that.
You're right.
Everything's deep. Everything's 10, 15 yards. Second down and 10 from the 25.
Trips this way.
13:54. Single receiver short side right. 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers both show pressure. They both come with pressure as Robinson is tripped up at the line of scrimmage. No gain, 3rd down and 10. And if he doesn't get tripped up, he's got a
gone.
hole. But that was, again, Colton Adams got in there and just did enough.
3rd and long. We haven't dialed up anything for 3rd and long all afternoon.
Nope. 3rd and 10 from the 25. Wildcats looking to avoid another 3 and out, another yardless possession. And another punt inside their own territory.
Against the wind.
2 receivers left, single right. Motion left to right, dart DAJ. Throw back to the wheel route, 30. And Robinson is short by 3 yards. Do you go for it?
No.
No.
Kick it here.
I mean, that's a play that I like. Run the fake the jet sweep one way and throw it back to the wheel route to Robinson out of the backfield the other way.
Comes the punt team.
And they will punt the ball away. And last time, Robert McGinn returned it all the way to the 23-yard line.
Frederick is back in.
This is for Anthony Frederick. And maybe they like his leg kicking into the wind. Well, he only kicked it about 12 yards last time. He stands just behind his own 20-yard line. McGinn back at the 30 of Alabama State. Low snap, bobbled. He gets it away. That's a booming kick. It's going to bounce and roll. McGinn takes it at the 25-yard line, scampers away, and he's going to be down. They say his knee was down when he picked up the football at the 25. So 25 to 25, flipping field exactly. Good recovery by Frederick after a poor snap.
But we've been dodging the bullet on the snap. The last 4 snaps, we got 1 over his head, and the last 3 have been dribbled back to the punter. So maybe there's something wrong with that long snapper.
Special teams going to have to be a focus in practice this week before homecoming next week. Special teams has been a strength of this team throughout the season so far, but not really tonight. Of course, Cade Hector neutralized by the wind, and he had his 1 field goal attempt blocked on a bad snap.
I think the defense is going to have to score right now.
Yeah,
In order to change the momentum of the game, the defense is going to have to do something big.
We have not had a defensive touchdown since the Memphis game, and we'll take a timeout. Be right back. This is BCU Athletics on the CatEye Network.
Fantasy was throwing a winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Now, as an adult, you play fantasy football and draft players onto a team that exists nowhere but a spreadsheet on your computer. Times have changed, but one thing hasn't. The NFL is covered right here.
Sunday afternoon football, Sunday night football, Monday night football, and Thursday night football. Hear it here on WELE 1380 The Cat, streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
Gladys Knight, 7-time Grammy winner. The enchanting voice of Gladys Knight.
Someone to watch over.
One impressive hit after another. Gladys Knight, Friday, January 26th, Peabody Auditorium. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats are on the prowl with a new head football coach, Raymond Woody.
We're going to get 1% better every day, okay?
Don't miss a moment of the action with veteran play-by-play announcer, Mike Torello.
Here's the bell tie snap, hand off to Robinson on a draw, straight up the middle. Nobody touches Jimmy Robinson as he rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Bethune-Cookman.
Every snap on your official station for Wildcat Sports, WELE 1380 The Cat, on your iPhone and streaming at WELE1380thecat.com.
Homecoming is right around the corner. Come out and rep your Wildcats on Saturday, October 14th, as BCU hosts Texas Southern for another crucial SWAC matchup. Kickoff is set for 3 p.m. Get your tickets at the BCU box office or at Ticketmaster. BetOnline.com. Michael Torello, Daryl Natil. Fourth quarter underway, 12:24 to go in the ball game. Alabama State has dominated this second half. They lead at 19-7. BCU led 7-3 at halftime. It'll be Alabama State ball at their own 25 after Anthony Frederick flipped the field on a punt from the 25 to the 25.
They're going to pound it now.
Yeah, it's alone in the backfield is Demetrius Davis. Three receivers bunched to the near side right, single receiver left. He comes in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Davis keeps, falls forward for 3 yards to the 27. Second down and 7. And that's what they're going to do the rest of the game. They got the lead. Now they're going to do what they do best, which is run the ball. Or what they think they do best, which is run the ball. Really, they've passed the ball better than they ran it today against our defense.
Yeah, they opened up the book in the third quarter with some trick plays. They had 4 trick plays in 2 drives to really open this game up.
And 3 of them worked. And they will take every single second off the clock now. I can't see a play clock from where we are. 11:50 to go and counting in the fourth quarter. Snap, handoff, running left. And that's a nice play by the defense to stop for about a loss of 3 yards on the jet sweep. That was Laquan Johnson, the transfer from Central Michigan on the stop. 3rd down and 11.
I wonder if Laquan had a chance to go to the beach yet. He said he hadn't been to the beach. He wanted to go see that water. But he's playing some great defense right now for the Cats.
First team All-State selection at Burton Bendel High School in Flint, Michigan. Now on 3rd and 11, let's see what Alabama State does. They bring in the pink-shoed Damon Stewart. Try and throw for it and really burn some more clock. 4-down lineman for Bethune-Cookman. Here's the snap. It's a fake the handoff, Statue of Liberty, throw a screen back to the far side. The Wildcats are all over it. Nowhere to go for Marcus Harris, and the Wildcats will get a 3-and-out. Nice tackle by Shelton Quarles and Jalen Christian.
Guys still playing hard on defense down there. They took a shot on
and getting up limply is the quarterback, Damon Stewart. He took a shot.
Yeah, he took a shot, and the receiver also took a shot. They still laying some leather out there.
And crucially for us, Dearest Thomas is limping off the field. He's under his own power, though, so maybe it's just a cramp.
Well, he laid a blow on to the receiver who caught the football, but the quarterback also was upended. It's still hitting. We still just need something to break this game back into our favor a little bit, momentum. Maybe this right here, Tank Boyd's back. A punt return right here would do it.
Boyd is at his own 40-yard line. Harrison Tuck is standing at his own 5. I would love to see us try and rush and block this. I don't think we will.
No, he's a rugby style guy. Let's see a return in open field. Tank Boyd.
Tuck with the wind at his back. He's put the Wildcats down inside the 5-yard line a couple of times tonight, especially at the 2 the last time he punted the ball. But this time he's at his own 5. Rolls left, kick with the left foot. Sends Boyd back, makes the catch, and is crushed at the 30-yard line. I didn't call for a fair catch. He got bowled over the second he touched the ball. He did a good job to hang on to the ball, but man, oh man, Trey Phillips from Olive Branch, Mississippi laid the wood. And I hope Tink Boyd's okay after that.
Yeah, that ball hung up there a long time in the wind. Tink didn't call for the fair catch. As soon as he got it, he was slammed.
And we'll take a timeout when we come back. 10:31 to go. Wildcats down 19-7. They'll have the ball at their own 30-yard line. This is Bethune-Cookman University Football on the CatEye Network.
The free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is changing, and you need to know about it. Here are 5 quick facts that may affect your money for college in 2024. 1. The FAFSA will open in December of 2023, so be ready. The FAFSA will no longer open on October 1st. 2. The application is shorter and more user-friendly, with approximately a dozen questions. 3. Expected family contribution, EFC, is changing to the Student Aid Index, SAI, allowing more of a student's or family income to be excluded from the calculation, so you may receive more financial support. 4. The new FAFSA will no longer offer a discount for multiple children in college at the same time, so your financial aid calculations could be impacted. 5. In the cases of divorce or separation, the parent who provided the most support in 2022 is required to complete the FAFSA. This is typically the parent who claims the student on their taxes. For more information, please visit the Department of Education, Knowledge Center at fsapartners.ed.gov/knowledge-center.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
Dude, you're buzzed.
You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Michael Toretto, Darren Latillo back at ASU Stadium. 10:31 to go, fourth quarter. Wildcats trail the Hornets of Alabama State 19-7. They're going to have the ball back at their own 30-yard line. And we said something's got to change about the offense. Currently, nothing has changed. Simmons is sitting too long in the pocket, and the receivers aren't getting open on those longer routes.
Maybe we need to get a hyperbaric chamber, put it on campus, get some of them guys healthy that play quarterback, man. We need a different look.
It's been tough after Luke Sprague went down. We were there for that game against Savannah State where Luke Sprague looked really good, and then he looked pretty good in the first quarter against Miami too, and then
you got a double barrel injury. He gets hurt, and then Bethea comes in right behind him, and the next play he gets hurt.
Well, no, 2 quarters. It was 2 quarters, and then he got hurt. But
Well,
still,
it seemed like the next play to me.
same game. Yeah, you lose 2 quarterbacks, and Walter Simmons, your third choice guy, has to be the guy. Cameron Ransom, who Coach Woody wanted to start, is not eligible yet after transferring in from Georgia Southern. And Dominique Ponder's also seen the field. Ethan DiTilio has gotten some quarterbacks reps in practice. It's been a walking wounded under center. Of course,
if you'd have told me that with the quarterback room we have, that 3 of our top 4 quarterbacks will get hurt and we'll be playing like this, you could have never told me that.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They go right to left in the fourth quarter. 10:31 to go in it. They'll start at the 30-yard line. 3 receivers short side right. Single receiver in one-on-one coverage. That's Tink Boyd down to the left on the numbers. Simmons in the gun with Jimmy Robinson next to him. Takes the snap. Robinson into block. Pressure comes to the backside. Simmons escapes out the back door, running left 30, and he's going to be dragged down to the 36-yard line. Again, that's the best play we've had all day is Simmons improvising and running the ball.
The legs of the quarterback has been our best option this afternoon, and what you do, go back to that. Maybe you might create some momentum.
7-yard gain, 2nd down and 3 from the 37. Handoff. Robinson up the middle, close to a first down right at the 40. They picked it up at the 41-yard line, first down BCU.
This looks like the opening drive we had. Quarterback, dive. It's working right now. Continue to use the legs of the quarterback and the running back.
Now time not on our side. Under 10 minutes to go now, 9:50 and ticking down. Now we go bunch set left side short. Single receiver far side. Robinson still in the game. Simmons in the gun, takes the snap, looks to throw. Now he throws near side, caught, immediately tackled near the 45-yard line is Tink Boyd. That was Adrian Maddox on the tackle for Alabama State. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 from the 45.
But we got a little rhythm right now. Short pass, what we needed, 2nd and short.
Now 2nd and 6 from the 45. Now 3 receivers go far side right, excuse me. Simmons in the gun, and they're keeping the linebackers back and not really blitzing them as much. Here's a snap. Simmons takes it, has time, now rolls right, throws right. It's caught near the 50, and that's a great tackle.
Got to make a move right there once you catch it.
Jalen Brown made the catch, but he couldn't turn up field because he had Adrian Maddox right in his lap.
And Maddox is sitting back, waiting.
Now, all the linebackers are. We have a downed Hornet way behind the play. As we'll take a short break up here. Bethune-Cookman Volleyball is back home this weekend for a crucial SWAC matchup with Florida A&M. Come join us and wear gold as we honor our seniors Friday, October 13th at 6 p.m. at Moore Gymnasium. Or catch everything live at the CatEye Network. That's Friday, October 13th. At 6 p.m. at Moore Gymnasium.
That's going to be crazy.
Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th. And then you got a pep rally at the stadium with all the folks in town. You got a volleyball game at the same time. That's going to be – and you're playing Florida A&M, so pick your poison.
I'd love for there to be a massive crowd in Moore Gymnasium for that game.
Everybody
the
will be
volleyball
at the stadium.
Volleyball team deserves it. But
yeah, they do. Coach Brittany Williams has a great squad, man. Those girls can really play. They're high-flying, too.
2-2 in conference play. They start their first SWAC cluster out in Houston on the campus of Texas Southern this week. They get Texas Southern, they get Grambling, and then they get Southern in 3 games in 2 days. And those pool play, tournament play, it's all so tough.
Yeah, but I know I can say this, but I know you can always say this. The volleyball team, all them girls taller than me.
Everybody's taller
Everybody's
than me.
taller than you, though.
If you don't know, I'm 5'1".
You really 5'1"?
Yeah. So every time I go out to interview all the football players, I'm standing there, my arm up in the air like the Statue of Liberty with the microphone.
Yeah.
3rd down and 3 for Bethune-Cookman from the 48-yard line. Got to get to the 49 of Alabama State, going right to left. Bunch formation to the left, single receiver right. Robinson sidecar right of Simmons.
They're going to blitz.
Simmons takes the snap, only a 4-man rush.
Run
Simmons
it.
steps
Run
up,
it.
runs. 50, 45, 40. In the middle of the field, slides down at the 39-yard line. No, they're going to give him back to the 41. Still a first down BCU. Simmons using his legs again.
Been the best option all afternoon, him.
And the linebackers, now here comes a blitz. They throw a screen
It's
to the
open.
far side. It's caught by Terzado, moving down near the 39-yard gain to the 32-yard line.
Good block by the receiver on that side. Gave him room to run upfield. Picked up 9 yards.
Now, both linebackers came hard up the middle that time.
But we got the quick pass in order.
Adams
quick pass.
and Cunningham. 2nd down and 1, whistle and a stoppage of play.
Alabama State want to call timeout. We're moving too fast.
And Alabama State calls their first timeout, 7:43 to go. So if we score here, let's say there's 7 minutes left, we're down 19-14.
You don't want to go
You
for
don't.
2.
You don't go for 2 because you don't get. You won't. It's a 2-touchdown game.
Right.
So you got to stop it and then get the ball back. So it's a tall task for the Wildcats.
Well, it's a learning experience again. Every situation, you got to understand something. Coach is building here. We got 70 new players. I'm always harping on this. Every week you're seeing guys step up. You're seeing DT on defense. You're seeing the quarterback play. You're seeing the receiver play. Every week we're building a new club. We're building new momentum. We're building new trajectories for a stronger program. So every opportunity you got to teach, even when you're down 19-7, you do it.
And reasonable expectations this year were we weren't going to be in any games. We've been in this game. We were in the Jackson State game for a long time. Probably should have won that game if we don't turn the ball over 3 times in the second half. And we were in this game for a long time. The third quarter kind of got away from us. We played better in the fourth quarter now. It's just not quite there yet, but it's getting there. I think by the end of the season, by the Grambling State game, by the Mississippi Valley game, I think we will be competitive and we could win a couple of those games.
We're looking at a pattern where we're playing great in the first half. Against Jackson State, we led at the half. We led at the half this afternoon. And you talked about it, off air, that the defense has been keeping us around and just keeping us around. But the offense has to put some points on the board to get a defense opportunity to really play well, too.
Well, and they haven't. They didn't against Jackson State until they were already up by 2 scores, and they didn't.
Okay.
And they haven't tonight. They haven't yet tonight.
So the last time we looked good on offense was against who? Savannah State.
Savannah
when
State.
we had who playing quarterback?
Luke Sprague.
So
Right, that's again, this offense is built to run through a pocket passer, which Walter Simmons is not.
Because Coach Girbino, I'm telling you, man, he has I sat in on one of his coaching clinics. He has the formula, but the pocket passer is what fuels this offense, and it's not really adding up right now from what we're doing because we don't have the talent to play that position.
Well, Girbino was a pocket passer at Ithaca College, and then he coached a fantastic Ithaca squad up there in New York, and now he's bringing that offensive identity here to Bethune-Cookman. Again, the guys that are best suited to that identity are on the bench. Yeah.
They're in that hyperbaric chamber.
And we haven't really talked about this today, but Juvensley Bazul is also not here, who's been our top running back. Jimmy Robinson has done a great job. Taken away.
Jimmy's close to 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, Jimmy, not taken away from the job that Jimmy has done today. Let me see if I can find his numbers. 20 carries, 74 yards.
Yeah, he's 25 yards away from 100.
But he had 60-something in the first half and only up to 74 now in half number 2 for Jimmy Robinson.
He got some tough yards. He's playing like a fullback, actually.
just dives up the middle. Here we go. 2nd down and 2 for the Wildcats from the Alabama State 32. Snap Simmons, handoff Robinson, nowhere to go. He's going to lose a yard back to the 33, and they'll spot him at the 34, and it'll be 3rd and 4.
If he keeps that, he's gone.
Yeah, and that's again,
Is he
we
reading it?
haven't used that option enough. Whenever Simmons is scrambling, he's scrambling because the pocket's breaking down. He's not intentionally running to try and confuse.
He's not reading the RPO because he gives that. If he keeps it and pulls it, he's gone.
3rd down and 4.
It's 4 down territory.
Got to get to the 30-yard line. They're at the 34. Hard count. Simmons takes the snap, looks to pass, throws far side, man open, caught by Jalen Terzado right at the 1st down marker. Do they give it to him? No, he's half a yard short.
Come on, man. Where's the replay official on this?
So 4th down and half a yard. They got to go for it.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what they do. They're going to bring the heavies in. They're going to bring Khalil Overton and Nabanye Moore in, both tight ends.
Got to pick up this 1st down.
Both tight ends are on the right side of the formation, along with Travaris Hammond. Timeout.
BCU.
Bethune-Cookman. 4th down and half a yard to go. Got to get to the 30 for a 1st down, and this is probably the game right here. 6:34 to go, down by 2 scores.
You know, I met Jalen during the break. I was out on Jesse Street. You know where Jesse Street is? With the new practice field. I had some friends in town, and I took them to see the new practice field. And Jalen was out running some pass routes, and he stopped me. He said, "Hey, I know you're the radio guy. Hey." And I said, "Man, I have to play wide receiver." I tried to show him something, but I don't have a quick feet anymore. So
It's funny. I go out there to practice a couple times a week to get interviews and see walkthroughs and see who's playing and who's not. And there's a couple guys that always recognize you, and the guys that you interview always will recognize me. But I've never interviewed Cameron Ransom. I had never spoken to him once before I went out there to my first practice of the season. He immediately recognizes me as the radio guy.
yeah,
Like,
but when I went out there, Cam was on the field with Jalen, but I didn't know who Cam was. I had never seen the kid before.
He's got the
a
hair.
Big kid, left-hand quarterback, 6'5", 225. So wait a minute, that has to be Cam Ransom. So we're looking for him, man, to finally get some stuff done with the NCAA. But it's tricky, man. A lot of kids around the country, man, have had to send some waivers in and some stuff in with the NCAA, and they're really cracking down on those guys who in and out of that portal, man.
Well, and we just saw at North Carolina, Tez Walker, their wide receiver, just got eligible this week, and he was supposed to be the star player on that team all season long, and now he's going to play. I think he played today in North Carolina's win. But
I think I've had 13 calls this week. I'm going to mention it right here about Cam. I heard some great things about him running the scout team, but from what I saw the afternoon when I was out there, if we had this kid eligible, it'd be a different look on the offense.
And he's got a fantastic arm. He can run.
And he's a leader.
And he's got a great personality too.
Absolutely.
He's one of those guys always talking. He's always picking guys up. He's got a great personality. So again, from what I know and from talking to the people inside the program, it's not likely he plays this year.
Okay.
But having that guy as a leader in the locker room and being so upbeat and being like that, even though he's not playing, that's important for morale, especially when we start a season like this at 1-3 and might be dropping to 1-4 here.
If we can get Luke Sprague or even Bethea healthy, Bethea's hurt. Sprague is hurt too.
Bethea took snaps in warm-up today, and he took some snaps during practice this week. So I think Bethea is closer than Sprague is.
Bethea's gun shy, so he needs some playing time. You know, he played about 4 or 5 or 6 plays against University of Miami, and that was it. And he hurt his left shoulder. But if we can get one of those quarterbacks back to even give Walter Simmons a chance to see it, we like what Simmons has done this afternoon. He's running the football. He's handled the offense pretty well. We just can't get over that hump on 3rd down, on 4th down. But I like what Simmons did today. He actually ran the football well. He was more efficient on the offense. But if we can get another jump, another spark off the bench with either Sprague or Bethea, you'll see a different Bethune-Cookman football team.
Simmons, 12 carries, 48 yards. 6:34 to go here, 4th quarter. Wildcats down 19-7, facing a 4th down and less than 1 at the 30.5-yard line. Got to get to the 30-yard line for a 1st down. They were just half a yard short on a Jalen Terzardo out route on 2nd down and 8.
Now, see, when I was on the practice field, I showed him how to run that out route. And he didn't run it right because he'd have got that extra yard because I showed him how to use that 3-step.
Well, I think it was a poor spot, but that's neither here
It was
nor
a
there.
poor spot because he
Here
had
we
the first
go.
down.
4th down and 1.
Okay.
Massive play here for BCU on offense. They've got the fullback in.
Got the H-back in there.
Yeah, that's Max. That can't be Max Tulin. It's somebody else wearing 43.
Uh-oh,
It's going to be a
sneak.
quarterback sneak. Simmons trying to
Got it.
fall forward.
He
It's
got
got to
it.
depend on the spot.
He got it.
From where the
Yeah.
well, one official has it at a first down. The
And
other
the other one
official is
doesn't.
short.
One's at the 30, one's at the 29. Come on. The guy at the 30 got the ball before. Okay, first down.
First down, Bethune-Cookman. Oh, boy, that was close.
Yeah, the
And
guy,
that was a
the guy
very-
on this side was marking it short.
The guy
but
on the
the
far
guy on
side-
the top beat him to the spot. He was trying to steal that one.
All right, well, first down and 10 for Bethune-Cookman from the 30. They keep the H back in there.
Oh!
Direct snap, bobbled. Simmons keeps it, runs right side, trying to get outside. He does get out of bounds at the 30-yard line. No gain on the play. Of another miscoordination from the snap. Had a couple of poor snaps today, mostly on special teams.
I want to hear in the coaches press conference about the center play because the snaps have been really offset.
And it's only been today. And It hasn't really happened the rest of the season. 2nd down and 10 from the 30. Robinson of the game, 3 receivers left, single right. Robinson sidecar right of Simmons. Simmons claps his hands, takes the snap. Here comes the extra pressure. Over the middle, caught in stride. Terzardo 20, right side 15, gets a block down to the 10, spun down to the 7-yard line. First and goal, BCU.
The square end. Where has the square end been all day? That play was wide open. Terzardo caught it, turned upfield at the 9-yard line. First down Cats.
And how about the Western Carolina transfer, Jalen Terzardo? He's
That's
had
my
himself
boy.
a pretty good game. 2-by-2 the receivers, both at the numbers. Handoff, Robinson up the middle, looking for a lane
Nowhere.
that doesn't exist. Maybe got one.
5 minutes to go in the game. A score here will make it very, very interesting.
Very interesting indeed, but the Wildcats only have 2 timeouts. No, if the board says the Wildcats have 3 timeouts, so that timeout was taken by Alabama State that last time.
Let's hope so. Yeah, it did.
2nd down and goal from the 7.
We got to throw it.
Simmons takes the snap. He'll run to the right, gets away, slides down, no gain. And the clock still runs under 5 minutes to go. Wouldn't be surprised if BCU takes time out here. 3rd down and goal from the 7. Quick slant, quick post.
Quick slant. You got to throw it. Put that guy in motion. You got Terzardo up top by himself. Slant pattern, or even the back of the end zone on the fade route.
3rd and goal from the 7. Wildcats. Simmons takes the snap, has time to throw, looking, throwing, crossing route, caught at the 5, breaking a tackle, touchdown Bethune-Cookman, touchdown Maroon and Gold. Jalen Brown breaks a tackle and scores.
Great looking play that time. He stood in the pocket like a grown man and threw that ball in there for the touchdown.
That's really what you want to see from Walter Simmons. He didn't panic, he didn't scramble, he waited for the late cross, and what did we say?
I've been saying that all day.
Slant post.
Where's the square and the slant? 1913, folks. Don't you go away from your radio or your cell phone.
4:15 to go. Cade Hector had a field goal block earlier in the game. This is a
good
extra point that is good. Hold on to your seats, folks. 14-19. 5-point game, 4:15 to go. Wildcats have all 3 timeouts. And this is what I didn't want to bring up before we scored. If they're going to run the ball to try and kill the clock, we've been great at defending the run this afternoon.
We've been great on the defense as far as the line of scrimmage. We've dominated their line of scrimmage. They haven't had any big runs, so if they try to kill the clock, playing right into our hands with 3 timeouts.
There's a decent chance we get the ball back.
My God.
We will see after this timeout. We will go to break. When we come back, it's clenched fingers time, crossed fingers and toes time.
And toes.
Every digit you got, cross it. BCU 14, Alabama State 19, 4:15 to go. We'll be right back. This is BCU football on the CatEye Network.
It's an NFL doubleheader on Sports USA. And first, we're in the Motor City as Sanders, Thielen, and the Carolina Panthers go to battle with the Detroit Lions led by Goff, St. Brown, and the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. Then, It's off to Mile High as Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, and the New York Jets fly into Denver to face Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy, and the Denver Broncos. It's the Panthers at the Lions, then the Jets at the Broncos. Next Sunday on Sports USA.
The doubleheader starts at 1 p.m. Sunday on WELE 1380 The Cat.
Keep hope alive with Reverend Jesse Jackson.
But more importantly, how is the Republican Party going to deal with this? Are they really going to push, those that are more inclusive in their view of society to the side for those that are have the views of that being David Duke without the baggage is a good thing?
Keep hope alive with Reverend Jesse Jackson. Sunday morning from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. Only on WELE 1380 The Cat. Streaming at WELE1380thecat.com. Let's go! It's Homecoming 2023, October 9th through the 14th. Wildcats, head over to BCUHomecomingCentral.com and check out everything that's going on for this year's epic homecoming celebration. Alumni, students, and Bethune-Cookman University fans. Don't miss the kickoff bash, the family reunion, concerts, parties, the parade, and the pep rally, step show, and the game against Texas Southern, and more. Wildcats, the countdown is on. Get the details at BCUHomecomingCentral.com.
Bethune-Cookman University scored in 14 plays covering 70 yards in 6 minutes and 16 seconds. That's the longest drive of the game for either team. Time-wise, not yards-wise. Alabama State has a 90 and 95-yard scoring drives in the third quarter that really kind of broke our spirit. But we are back. Down by 5, 19-14, 4:15 to go. Michael Cirillo, Darren Latil here at the broadcast booth here at ASU Stadium. And from the doldrums of despair, Darryl, in the middle of that third quarter, hope springs eternal in the form of finally the offense got it going.
We've been playing like we're in quicksand. But right now the Cats are only 5 points down with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Defense, defense, defense right here.
Now, they've leaned on it all year. They're going to have to lean on it one more time. If a couple of first downs might ice this game for Alabama A&M. Bethune-Cookman has all 3 timeouts. The Hornets have 2 timeouts, as the Hornets took a timeout to try and prevent the Wildcats from getting it on a 4th and 1. They eventually got it and then scored.
And they're playing for like an onside kick. They got, 8, 9 men within 10 yards of the football.
Don't onside kick this. Please don't onside kick this.
Got too much time to onside
Too
kick.
much time. Your defense has been playing great.
Kick it in the corner. Kick it deep, man. Make them. Well,
Hector's setting up for this kick. They're not in squib or onside formation.
Kick it deep.
Back deep to receive is Eric Horn. He stands at the 35. Remember, Hector kicking into the wind. Hector lets it fly.
There you
he
go.
Forces Horn back to the near side. It's going to bounce. It's going to be bobbled, and it's going to be falling on at the 15-yard line. So a little bit of an awkward kick to deal with for Horn, and he can't get a return out of it.
Great call by the special teams coach, because you got them pinned back. If he'd have called a fair catch, they'd have got the ball at the 30-yard line almost.
Yeah.
It pinned back to the 15-yard line.
Well, he tried to be aggressive, right? He was like, I'm going to get this ball. I'm going to put us in good field position. But he bobbled the ball.
Bobbled the ball and took a knee with it.
Yeah.
Come on, defense, right here.
Here we go. Ball at the 15-yard line.
Don't
Bama
go
State
away,
going
folks.
left to right. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the game. The quarterback is Demetrius Davis. He's alone in the gun. 3 receivers right, single left. The right side is the near side, ball right hash.
Twin safeties for the Cats.
1 man in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Davis tries to cut back in the backfield, falls forward for a couple. Gain of 2 up to the 18, 19-yard line.
This will be the biggest play of the game to force whatever they do on 3rd down. Make them pass on 3rd down or for an incomplete pass, and it'll stop the clock and you'll save your timeouts.
Clock rolling. Under 4 minutes to go. 3:48 and counting. Alabama State will just let this roll all the way down. I don't see the play clock from where we are.
The play clock is in that end zone, but it stays on 40. See it way over there by the steps?
Oh, yeah. I think the play clock is being kept on the field.
Got to be, because that play clock has been at 40 the whole game. Come on, Cats, right here, defense.
3:28 and counting. Davis under center. 5 down linemen for Bethune-Cookman. They just anticipate run all the way. 1 man in motion. Handoff. Nowhere to go for Jalen Sultan. No gain on the play. If he did, he got 1 up to the 21-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
Wow.
And I think BCU took a timeout. They did. They took their first timeout with 3:12 to go, and here we go, Daryl. 3rd down and 5.
Mr. Walls, man. Mr. Walls built the wall all by himself right there, the masonry.
Okay. Take the BCU shirt off. Take the BCU hat off. What are you doing right now if you are Eddie Robinson?
I'm throwing a square in or a slant for the first down.
Yeah, I agree. Because if they've been so successful against our defense throwing the ball underneath to those crossing patterns, we're giving them too much cover, too much cushion. And if they can do that, they basically ice this game. But if we can stop them, we get the ball back with about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. This will be the biggest play of the game right here. 3rd down and 5. Ball on the 21.
They've been known to run some trick plays, so.
Keep your head on a swivel if you're
Philly
BCU.
special is the only thing they haven't run yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got that in their locker as well. It's going to be Demetrius Davis in at quarterback.
They got the big back in, too.
Marcus Harris, the running back. No, correction, that's Jalen Sultan, the running back. 2 receivers left, single right. Now man in motion left to right. That's Trey Saunders. It's going to be a pass. Intercepted! Intercepted at the 20-yard line and out of bounds at the 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't you go away. The Wildcats have 1st and goal at the 10-yard line with 3 minutes to go in the interception.
Fly, Steven Sparrow, fly. He got the interception and returned it to the 10.
Woo!
Oh, my goodness. They tried the out route, Daryl, and Steven Sparrow read it like a novel. Unbelievable. And we are the coaches for BCU are right next to us. They scared me. They all jumped up and shouted because they saw the play develop before I did because I'm looking through binoculars. So they saw the interception happening before I kind of knew what was going on. He rolled to the left, did Stavis. He tried to throw underneath, and Sparrow jumped underneath and picked it off.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line for the Cats. 3 minutes to go in the ball game, and we have an opportunity right here, folks.
Down 19. First turnover of the game by either team.
I told you the defense needed to make a play.
And they made a play. Now can the offense cash it in? From the 10. Man in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Simmons, nowhere to go. Dragged down back at the 15 for a loss of 5.
We got to dial up something that we can get a touchdown on.
I'm surprised they didn't run the ball. With 2 timeouts left.
No, let the clock run a little bit. We need to score.
We need to score and give them not enough time to run to get down the field. But we got to score, right? The offense has been the headache today, not for us, not the defense. So now it's 2nd down and goal from the 14.
Where's your square in again to Zotto?
Well, there's no receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Extra tight end in, that's Overton on the right-hand side. Snap to Simmons. It's a high snap. He corrals it. Now pressure coming. He's going to run to the 15, up the middle. Oh, he got blown up at the 10-yard line. I kind of thought that might have been targeting.
It looked like it.
But no flag coming. 3rd down and goal from the 10. Coach's hat. What are you running? Yeah,
Run the square in across the middle and see if he can break the tackle for the touchdown or throw a slant. You got to put receivers on both sides of the field.
This is 4-down territory for Bethune-Cookman because we got to get a touchdown. We're down by 5. Minute 55. Alabama State not using their timeouts. Both teams have 2 left. 3rd and goal from the 10.
Tink Boyd is man-to-man down here.
All 3 other receivers to the far side, short side right. Snap to Simmons. Pressure off the edge. He escapes to his right. He throws to the 5. Trezzato couldn't make the catch through contact. 4th and goal. And this is the ball game.
Yep. Opportunity to win it right here.
4th down and ball game. If they get in the end zone, the Wildcats likely win. If they don't, it's over. And the interception by Steven Sparrow comes to naught. I wouldn't be surprised if BCU takes time out here to try and dial up something.
No, they're going to go with it right here.
They're going to go with what they got. Dance with the goal you came with. 4th and goal from the 10. Game on the line. 3 receivers left.
Timeout.
Timeout.
Alabama State. Alabama State has been in 3 games like this, and they've lost them all.
They lost in overtime to Alcorn State last week. They kind of got run roughshod by Florida A&M, 21-10. Then they lost to Miles 21-17, and even the game they won versus Southern was 14-10. So they've all come down to the wire except that Florida A&M game.
This right here is the biggest play in Wildcat football right here this season. This play right here to break the seal on this season.
It's an offense that has struggled at times this season. A defense in Alabama State that has been so good this season. An offense for BCU that is trying to reward the defensive effort for keeping them in the game.
Larry Wester said this the other night. You got to have a trick play in your pocket. Do we have a trick play in our pocket?
Here we go. 4th and goal from the 10.
Where's the slant?
Ball spotted right hash. Simmons with Robinson sidecar right. 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 6 defensive backs. Here we go. Simmons looking, stepping up, throwing to the end zone, incomplete. It's over the head of Tink Boyd, and the Hornets are going to get away with one. Over Tink Boyd's head. Simmons had him. Boyd had position. If he puts that on the numbers, that's a touchdown, but he sailed it.
Yeah, it was wide open. He put it on his numbers. It's a touchdown. Let's see the replay. A little bit too high. He had the inside position on the defensive back.
That's what I said. If he puts it in the numbers, that's a touchdown, but he floated it up too high. The pass kind of wobbled out of his hands, and the Wildcats will come up just short.
We hung around all afternoon, folks. 19-14. Cats had the opportunity.
It's getting closer. We were close last week or 2 weeks ago. We were even closer today. We just haven't put together a complete game yet. Handoff right side, Alabama State. That's an 8-yard gain. A first down basically ends it.
We call a timeout.
Marcus Harris ran around the right side and got 8. Second timeout, Bethune-Cookman.
Wow. The table was set, guy. The table was set.
Man, I feel bad for Steven Sparrow. I really do. He made the play of the game, and then the offense couldn't reward him.
Growing pains with a young team, man.
Yep.
Nothing to be ashamed of. We played great football. And on the scoreboard, you can see Walter Simmons tapping his chest saying it was his fault. Hey, not his fault, but if you'd bring that ball down just a little bit in his chest, touchdown, Cat.
And you can see that ball was wobbling out of his hand, and he just kind of he threw a dart instead of making the correct motion. This one's going to hurt. This one's going to hurt on the way back home to Daytona Beach tonight. 2nd down and 2 for Alabama State. Handoff middle. First down, game over.
Yep.
Marcus Harris took the ball. All he needed was 2. He got 3, and that's the ball game. This one is going to sting, folks. The Wildcats down 19-7 had a chance to punch the ball. They had 1st and goal from the 10. Never got past the 10-yard line. I would, with 2 timeouts, maybe you won it on 1st down. But we'll never know. It's in the past.
Yeah.
Can't change the past. Victory formation for Alabama State. They're going to win this one 19-15, or 14, excuse me. They will go to 2-3, 1-2 in the SWAC. The Wildcats will fall to 1-4, 0-2 in the SWAC before homecoming next week against Texas Southern.
Nothing stupid right here, guys. Just play it out.
Yep. Everybody stand still.
Yep.
Nobody trying to punch the ball out.
Yeah, don't do anything crazy. Lose with class.
Well, we kind of expected a really defensive game, and that's what we got.
Oh, my God. We had our chances.
We did. ASU scores 19.3 points a game. They scored 19. Wildcats score 17 points a game on average. We got a little bit less than that, but the stats predicted a one-score, close, low-scoring game, and that's what we got. That's it. Triple zeros on the clock. Final score 19-14. Alabama State over Bethune-Cookman in a gut punch for the Wildcats. They had a chance. 1st and goal at the 10. Could not punch it in to potentially win the game. Here are your final statistics for this afternoon's contest. Wildcats held to just 198 total yards, but again, had a chance to win. 75 passing, 123 rushing. They outrushed Alabama State 123 to 108, but 204 pass yards on the day for Alabama State was really what did in the Wildcats in the third quarter. They just had that explosive third quarter. We couldn't really contain their passing game, and that's all it took.
They opened up a can of passing game on us, then tighten it back up and didn't throw it anymore.
Yep. 2 penalties each, both for 14 yards. 16 first downs for Bama State, 11 for Bethune-Cookman. 5 of 15 on third down for Bethune-Cookman. 2 of 12 on third down for Alabama State. Really good job by the BCU defense today. Both 62 plays on offense, 61 plays on offense. That's as tight as you can get. 3.2 yards per play for Bethune-Cookman, 5 for Alabama State. And those big chunk plays through the air in the third quarter basically skewed that number. Wildcats, 2 of 3 in the red zone, 4 of 4 in the red zone for Alabama State. Only one turnover. It was the Steven Sparrow interception late in the game that gave the Wildcats a chance to win. There was one fumble for the Wildcats, 2 for Alabama State. Neither of them lost it. Wildcats didn't sack the Hornets at all, and we took 6 sacks in the ball game. Well, I guess that's not really a fair stat to bring up because their quarterback ran the ball a lot, and they didn't really drop back to throw it much. So no sacks is not really that. The Wildcats did have 5 tackles for loss, 7 tackles for loss for Alabama State. Some individual player numbers for Bethune-Cookman. Walter Simmons, 13 of 22, 75 yards, 1 touchdown through the air, 59% completion percentage. On the ground, Jimmy Robinson, 22 carries, 73 yards, 1 touchdown, 3.3 yards a carry. Simmons, 17 carries for 50 yards and 2.9 yards per carry. Passing, Jalen Trizardo had a really good game, 3 catches, 25 yards. Jalen Brown, 3 catches, 15 yards and a touchdown. Dakari Allen Johnson, 3 catches, 14 yards. Tink Boyd, 3 catches, 13 yards. Jimmy Robinson, 1 catch for 8 yards out of the backfield. For Alabama State, passing the ball, Stewart was 8 of 13, 150 yards and a touchdown. That's the paper pop stat, big stat of the game right there. Davis, 6 of 9 for 54 yards. On the ground, Davis, 11 carries, 50 yards. Harris, 16 carries, 46 yards. Howell, 6 carries, 18 yards. Stewart, 2 carries for 12 yards. Receiving, Johnson, 6 catches, 99 yards. Scott, 4 catches, 66 yards. Nobody else for Alabama State had more than 1 reception. And that adds up to a final score of Bethune-Cookman 14, Alabama State 19. And we got to head home and lick our wounds again, Daryl.
As much as this stings, there's some sweetness in the end. Sometime this season, we're going to break through.
It might be. I think it might be next week.
We're going to break through. We were right there, man. At the 10-yard line with a minute to go in the game. Couldn't get it done. Cats hung around all afternoon, led at half, 7-3. Third quarter, doomed us, gave us some big plays. Alabama State came out with some trick plays and kind of got us off balance, but the kids continued to fight. They never gave up. They kept putting the hat on them. They kept playing hard on defense. Sparrow with the interception. If he didn't step out of bounds at the 10, he would have scored. It woulda, shoulda, coulda. But it stings right now because we just got stung by a hornet. But good stuff in the horizon for the Cats. We're going to be homecoming next week.
Let's get you into some defensive stats for Bethune-Cookman. De'Aris Thomas, 9 total tackles, 2 tackles for loss. Again, great game for our number 1 defensive player. Steven Sparrow, 7 tackles and the interception. Eddie Walls, 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. Shelton Quarles, 6 tackles and a huge pass breakup in the end zone to prevent an Alabama State touchdown. Jabari Jowden, 6 tackles. Ebenezer Dubula in for the injured. Deontay Washington had 5 tackles. And again, injury, story of the season. Now we've got our starting nose tackle down. But I think Ebenezer Dubula, up to the task today. He played great.
Next man up. That's been the story of this team, man. I like the fight in the Wildcats. We wanted to win. We should have got the win this afternoon. But just a little bit short again. We're coming. But we are coming.
That'll be it for us here at the CatEye Network from Alabama State Stadium in Montgomery. Once again, your final score, the Hornets of Alabama State 19, the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman 14. For the CatEye Network director, Eugene Robinson, producer and halftime host Larry Steele. SID's Bryce Arnowski and Brian Harvey, and my analyst on the day, Daryl Natil. My name is Michael Cirillo. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week at Daytona Stadium for homecoming. Have a very pleasant rest of your evening.